Oh dear, right. So, good evening, everybody. Welcome to Backfire Simsport TV. I realised that I've got the wrong stuff on the screen. Just give me a second, because that'll just confuse everybody. So let's do a bit of that, and then
Long
we'll
Beach
do.
never looked like this.
No, it didn't. Do you know what it could have done?
You would have to go around with the bulldozer.
Yeah, you would. So this should. And we're at this one. Right, okay. Let me just refresh that.
Oh, well done.
No, yeah.
Well, that's pretty slick.
Isn't it just, I can bail myself out. A 22-degree track temperature here at Snetterton. This is week 1 of season 16, as it says on the screen now, funnily enough. And we are back yet again. I always think this track, when you look at it on the track map, Alan, looks like a baby or an alien lying on its back or something. But never mind.
Yeah.
It's
Well,
strange.
you know how they draw white lines around murder victims.
We might see some of them tonight. Right, yeah, we are back for a new season. Ask Alan how he cheated at golf today. I'm going to let you guess who typed that in the chat. Martin Sampson, of course. Yes, new season. Last season's was utterly dramatic. It was right down to the wire for the team championship at the very least. But we are here at Snetterton 300. This is the champion's choice of the AM champion of last season. That was Tony Walker from Spectre 6. And what a fantastic season he had. He has moved up from AM, but there is a reshuffle across the whole estate. I'll explain that in a second. But yes, we are here, 22-degree track. Snetterton 300, not my favourite layout of this one, Alan. I like the 200 better. It is a track that's been fully ironed. The only slight deviation in altitude is at the corner they call Bumhole. What are your thoughts on Snetterton?
I'm pretty easygoing as regards tracks because I think they're what you make of them a lot of the time.
Right. Yeah.
They are, and I quite enjoy all the versions of Snetterton, dependent. And I suppose I only normally drive around here in the Mazda, so
Right.
it kind of suits the car.
Right, yeah, it does. You're right. Yeah, it's a bit better for the rear-wheel drive, as we said. Evening to Davey D on the chat and PVG. Hello to you too. We have quite a lineup for you this evening. Let me get rid of that a second, and we'll have a look at something. So, for the very astute of you, you'll notice we have 3 championships now. This has been brought in because the league as a whole has got a lot bigger. We've got a massive number of sign-ups, and tonight we are gifted with having a whopping 30 cars on the grid for the start of this season. But there are 3 championships to go for, plus the overall, plus the team one, plus the safe driver, plus the Sir Alan Toon Safe Driver Award, plus the Driver of the Meeting Award. So there's loads to go for. Drivers last season scored either the trophy in the case of Sam Blease, who had a very, very stunning season. He was chased all the way to the end though. Or a certificate. Now, lots of certificates went out. There's only one that didn't, and that was to Roger Morton, because I never got his address. I wasn't going to push the issue just in case it was for a reason he didn't want to give, because you never know, do you? You don't want to upset people. So you have blue as blue and white, and it'll be the same in their windscreen banners for pro cars. So if you see a car with a number board or a windscreen banner in blue and white, it'll be for a pro car. These are the guys that have eye-wateringly high I rating, or they are very, very, very fast in these TCR cars. Green gives you a Pro-Am category. There are more of these than anybody else. So we are looking at the moment at, I can't remember, I think it's 13 drivers for that. There are about 11 drivers in the Pro, so about 15 in the Pro-Am. Then everybody else is in the orange and black, which is the Am category. If I click this button, it makes much more sense. So blue is Pro, green is Pro-Am, orange is Am. If they are highlighted with yellow on their banners, it means they're a previous champion. I think that's going to make for a very, very interesting championship. I don't know. What are your thoughts on that, Alan?
Oh, but, yeah, well, I heard all about the new qualifications and categories that were coming in, and in that grand little graphic, that looks beautiful, doesn't it?
That's courtesy of Mr. J. Wilson Enterprises and Technical Assistance. He has provided all of the on-screen graphics that you see, folks. Apart from obviously our emblems, we provide those, and he provides where they go on the screen. So I can't hope to claim any of that. I did key the green myself and the brackets, but he told me what to do. So there you go. Right.
It looks grand, and I think it's a really good idea because with so many drivers, isn't that a beautiful sight? So many drivers, and everybody's got something to race for and race with. And I think that's absolutely delightful.
Absolutely. I need to sort Chris Dixon out. There's something happened with Chris Dixon. He's currently rocking the wrong car number. He's rocking 900, and he should be in 79. Everything says 79 apart from what he's loaded in with, and something's happened with his colour bar. He is in the Am category. Where is he? Is he on track? No, he's not on track. But he's new to the league. We'll talk about new drivers to the league once we get into qualifying, I think, because are you sat comfortably? You're not going to fall over, are you, Alan?
No, I'm sat.
Okay. So.
Yeah,
I
thought I'd not got to, gaze upon this again.
Well, this is not the same one. This is season 16.
We've got another one.
A different one.
Oh my God. Oh my God. I'm blinded by it, CP. I didn't look. I've got my hands in front of the screen to save me.
Shocking.
Shocking. The glare of that.
I know.
Well,
you may think that that's obsidian at the bottom. You may think that's solid gold on the platework. You may think it's crystal at the top where that image is. However, you'd be wrong.
There's two of these in the universe. I can't believe that.
Well, Sam Blee's got one mailed to him. He didn't actually confirm that he's physically received it. He's probably ashamed of it, to be fair. He's probably already thrown it in the bin. It certainly did not stress my wallet when I paid for the shipping of it, because it weighed almost nothing. Almost nothing. It's 100% plastic. I don't think it's even recycled. That little tiny trophy there. It's probably got the carbon footprint of a T-Rex, but it is what everybody wants to achieve. Certificates went out for all the other accolades. I am going to do some shameless plugging tonight. So my shameless plug is in support of the SRL TCR League. They will be starting in a few weeks' time. They race on a different night to us, so we are not upset by it at all. They've got 10 places remaining at the moment. It's a Friday night league. For those of you that are used to driving TCR, you'll know exactly what it's all about. All the details are on there, and I'm going to put their link into the chat underneath the broadcast. So if you are watching this and you're on a delayed stream, it will still be there for you. But some of the tracks are on the bottom there. I don't think they met racing many sessions this season, as they re-emerge from almost in a phoenix-like way, Alan. A phoenix-like way.
Yeah, fantastic.
From the ashes.
Lovely, isn't that great picture? And
it's gorgeous, isn't it?
I do hope it goes well for them. I mean, fantastic. Free racing, TCR as well. fantastic.
Yep, and that'll
Get along there.
Yeah, definitely get along to that. You can't race TCR too much, so I will shamelessly plug that later as well. We will head back though to our current standings. Right, so you'll see from certain camera angles that there are some car differences. Let's see if we can find any of the new boys though. So Mr. Dan Mould, who we've just been doing some shameless plugging for, is in this league. There he is in his Veloster.
Nice looking car. We like that.
Yeah, yeah. He's doing all right at the minute. He's in 10th in practice. That guy's not on the track. We're going to try and pick him out as we find him. Did Roger Morton race last year? Of course he did. He won accolades.
Yes.
But this boy didn't. This is David Ayres. He's back with us for Result Clothing iRacing team.
Fantastic, isn't it?
Yeah, no
Great to see
stranger.
David back on the track with us, but of course, yeah, very familiar sight and
Yeah.
refreshed after his break, no doubt, and full of beans.
Yeah, I think so. Who else is here but is new but is on the track? Not many people. They're getting towards the death of practice now. In 3 minutes we will emerge.
Oh, very nice to see Stefan's name there on the.
Sorry, yes. Stefan, not on the track, that's why I didn't select him. But
yes,
Stefan
very
Goebel.
nice to see his name.
He might be in the pits. Hang on. No,
We
he's
missed
not in the
him
pits.
last season.
Yeah, we did.
I did miss him. So very nice. Welcome back, Stefan.
Yeah, he's been missing for a few seasons actually, but it's great to have him back. Maybe he'll bring some VTS boys with him. Right, this is last season's AM champion, Tony Walker, looking to set new records. He's in Pro-Am now. A lot of them have moved up by default, so we'll see where these guys fit in their categories. At the moment, PVG is in 9th place, so just about in the pro category. Excuse me.
Yeah, that's fine driving by Pete, and he's carrying on his perform from last year.
He is, yeah. I'm trying to find some of the other guys that have changed cars. So Jay Corley is now in why is he down as a privateer? That's not right. I'll sort some of these little gremlins out for the next race. Jay Corley now races for Result Clothing with ProSims. So that is a new team that's been created under the umbrella of Results, but with its feet firmly planted in the pure Sims world.
We like that.
Yeah, we do. Chris Dixon here for Work Guard is new to us as well, racing that Veloster. He's at the minute rocking the wrong number, like I said before. That is another Work Guard car behind him. Could be. Who is that likely to be? I have no idea, to be honest. Could be Andrew. No, it's going to be maybe Fee.
It's got Andy. He didn't look pink.
No, it didn't. I don't know then. Who's in the Work Guard car behind him?
Andy's normally got blue, but that was green.
It was. I'm trying to find who it might be, and I can't find anyone that it could be. So, no, not that one. Oh no, hang on, it's Pete Newman that's in the Pure Sims car. But Jake Corley is rocking that Result colour though, so I think I've just got something wrong there somewhere. In terms of the background data. Let me have just a quick look in the background and see what on earth I've done. Oh, that wasn't supposed to happen.
Ooh, look at that.
Yeah.
Got some very nice paint jobs out there again. I
Jake
do like
Corley.
seeing these nice liveries, and
Yeah.
these cars look splendid. And I'm very glad to be back in my seat here on a Wednesday night.
Right, very
I'm
good.
looking forward to this.
I'm gonna pop
It's
it
also
in
meant
there.
that I could crack my bottle of Pete's whiskey
Yeah.
and make a start on that finally.
Okay. Right. So I think I've sorted that one out. So that should show in the right one now. Yes, it does. Right, we'll find some.
Oh, you're really good at this tonight. That's true things you've fixed on the fly, just like that. Bang, bang.
Shocking, isn't it? Right, who else is on it? Go David for a Martin Sampson shout out, and Jason Murray says.
Yes,
come
well,
on.
Martin and I were playing golf this afternoon.
Yes, he
And
said you were
he can
cheating.
he can drive a mile. That bloke.
Classic, absolute classic. Right, here comes everybody for qualifying, folks. Is that a decent camera for anybody? Yeah, there we go. Watch them all streaming out. I am immediately drawn to when his
Course
name
me out
comes
of here,
up.
Pete. Look at this.
I know.
Fantastic.
It's awesome. What a sight.
I know. This is going to be a bit of a test for them. You know, this is a sneaky old track. There's lots of trouble here if people want it.
Yep, that's takes a long time for the field to get out of pit lane at the minute.
It does, doesn't it?
When there's this many on the track, it is anyway. Right, so Jamie Jeffrey, Pro Car, always very keen to get to the front very quickly, and he's very skilled at it. He's going to have some competition this season, though. Let's go through some of the new guys, because they will be on track this time. Right, we've already done Dan. Right, this chap, part of the Boots and VDS by Undercut team. This boy is new to us. This is Remy Malaberti. Quite a handy iRating, if 4.8k is handy. He's in the Pro-Am, but he's new to racing TCRs, so that's why he's in Pro-Am. We'll see how he develops across the course of the season, but it's welcome to Remy. Let's see.
Yes, indeed. New driver, very welcome. Beautiful looking car. We do, you know, I'm a bit fond of the orange and black.
Yeah. Good colour scheme. Really good colour scheme. Right. Valentine Bonnie, also of that team, has joined us. These guys have been urged to join by Loic Ponolt.
Oh.
So
Well,
thank you, Loic. Yeah,
That's
absolutely.
very nice.
Valentine.
Well, I mean, Loic impressed us a great deal, didn't he?
He did. He
In
really
this
did.
season, last season, it was fantastic. He just came out the box and fantastic driving and very courteous on the track.
Yep, absolutely right. So Valentine Bonnie has, and if you're all sat very, very comfortably, he has an iRating that if you added up several of the other drivers together, you might get close to it. 7.6k. This boy is no stranger to racing very, very fast. So he is going to be one to watch out for, without a doubt, Alan.
Wow, this is just building up a real head of excitement. Look at the quality we've got in that pro group, Pete, honestly.
Yeah, it's going to be unbelievable when we get to a few races in to see how the standings go. Right, next, we've already spoken about Chris Dixon. He is in harmonies with Workguard, so he's a teammate to Andy Littler and Fiona.
Got his number and got his nice yellow wheels.
Yeah, Fiona's not with us, so yeah.
He's probably banging a drum tonight.
I think she probably is, yeah. Right,
I think
next
she
one.
said something about that.
Next one that's new to us is he's new, but he's not new. Welcome back with open arms to James McRitchie, or James McRitch T, as we used to call him. Asymmetric driver, used to rock around with AAA and others like that, if you remember, in our GT4 TCR league when that was a thing. This is the evolution of that same league, and he's rejoined us for some competitive racing. We've popped him into Pro-Am whilst he finds his feet in the TCR, and that is going to be a brilliant addition to our league. I love this car.
It's great. It's great when people come back, isn't it? It's just it's so nice.
Yeah.
Because, you know, we've got deep roots.
Very, very deep roots. And it's great that people rejoin us. Everybody needs a break from things from time to time. And it's good that these guys feel comfortable coming back to us. And welcome back to anybody who wants to join us, you know. It's brilliant stuff. From last year's pool of Lurchus cars, we are left with just the one. Let me find him on here. Where is David? I've just seen him rocking around. Can't find him now. Well, the standings keep moving on me, which is always a problem. It makes my eyes go a bit cross-eyed. I'll find him later. But there he is, David Corpus. He is back with us.
Whoa.
Racing slightly sideways around there because he is on a hot lap. Don't know why his paint's not worked. I think there is a second Lurchus car knocking around in here, so we'll have to find out who that was. So yeah, he's back with us. I'll sort his paint out for next time. Right, do not adjust your sets. This is Wobbly, and he's in an Audi. So he felt that there was too many Velosters, and you know what he's like. He likes to have an excuse for not winning, and his current excuse is that he's driving the Audi. He is currently the fastest car in the session. There is some belief that the Audi has an advantage here. Can't think why. Also, right, Sam Blees is in the Veloster. I thought he was going to be in the Audi tonight. So let's see what happens with that. I was convinced he was going to be. Oh no, Stephen Walker. Stephen Walker. Right. Don't try. Just squint when you look at this one, because this is.
Goodness me.
I know. Makes your eyes
Stephen's
hurt.
new paint.
Yeah. Even when you look away, it's still there.
Wow, it's burned on my retina.
He is ex-champion, obviously. He is also in the Audi. I got that wrong. It wasn't Sam Blees. It was Stephen Walker. He's opted for the Audi as well. The Audi has quite a punch, you know. It's rocking itself back to the top of the standings.
Well, it showed well in a few races, didn't it, last season? It started to show well again.
Yeah.
Now, yeah, Carl was talking about going in the Audi as well.
Right.
You know, if he did. I mean, crikey. It could be a renaissance, a whole renaissance happening here.
I know. Carl's one of the ones that's not in the session who has signed up, so we'll have to see what happens with him. Right, let's see who else is around that we can talk about during this qualifying session that Stephen Walker has just popped the fastest lap into. Pete Newman, wow, nice time for Pure Sims. He is Result Esports with Pure Sims this season. They have opened their umbrella above him, but he's still in a Pure Sims paint for this point in the league. Right. Where else are we going to go?
Yeah, it's very nice to see Pete here.
Yeah, very much
so.
It's
stacking the quality at the top of this field, and yeah, it's going to be serious racing. Look at the names there.
I know.
There's pace right now, isn't there?
There is.
No, it just doesn't stop.
And here he is in his Audi, German driver, German car. Always loves his German manufacturers. Stefan Goebel, welcome back to you. It's been a long time, probably too long, for me anyway. And he's in the Pro-Am. He's got the green door numbers and windscreen banner and little bits along the back of the car. Kindly provided by Jamie Wilson.
You like to see that paint back on the track.
Yeah, I have been told by Jamie that he will be back in a couple of weeks' time. He's got all sorts of stuff in his own life to sort out after what happened tragically with his mum, but we hope to re-embrace our boy in a couple of weeks' time, Alan.
Oh, that's really great news, and it's been very much missed.
Yes. Yeah, absolutely right. Right, let me go down here. Let me see if I can do something and do... Where is it? No, I don't want that. Don't want that. Maybe I can't do it. So you could just... Ah, there we go. Right, so... you can now see all the manufacturers. So you can see Miguel Freitas, top of the pile, just popped in the fastest lap for Impulse Racing in his Honda Civic. That'll probably wind up wobbly, wherever he is. And Stephen Walker, they're the two Audis. You can see all the Hyundai badges, but it's quite an even split of cars this season, Alan. You can't see between the Velosters and the Elantras in that particular view, but you know it's there. I'm going to go back to best lap time, because that will show us who is destroying the times. Or do I normally go on this one? I can't remember now.
The Hondas are well represented, and they started doing well, didn't we? People were starting to like the Civic last season.
They were, yeah, absolutely. Chris Dixon.
Oh, look at Sal, crikey, where's that?
I wonder if I can sort Chris Dixon out. If you keep talking nonsense for a minute or whatever.
Did you see that lap by Sam in purple?
I know, it's shocking, isn't it? Shocking.
Straight in the 57.9. That's an awesome lap.
Chris
Dixon. But, you know, Miguel's chasing hard. It's great to see Wobbly up there. Spencer, Stephen, this is just going to be an awesome season.
It is.
We've got brilliant races with this new multi-championship going on.
I know.
Everybody's going to have skin in the game, aren't they?
I think so, yeah. It's going to be very, very interesting to see how it all pans out. 7420347. What? I just lost it. 742034. And we can OK that. Right, so Chris Dixon now shows in the right colour for the right team. Everything's good in the world once again.
That's 3.
I know.
On the fly.
I'm getting too good. Jay Corley, what a lap. What a lap. Good man, good man. He's getting a nice toe from Stefan. And he's just popped it right in the middle of the pro cars.
Yes, interesting. We're getting this very fluid kind of diaphanous joining between the pros and the pro-ams. There's an awful lot of interleaving going on there, isn't there?
There is, yeah.
Because they sort it out and nitty-gritty and knowledge of the track and experience with the car, everything comes into play because these laps matter now.
Yeah, they do.
We know how vital the laps are for this first sprint race.
Yeah,
you need to be close to the front.
Here's Flashy himself. Hopefully, the code that I wrote into the program means that he can't flash his lights anymore ever again. I'm not that clever, folks, so I'm just making that up. But I'm hoping he believes it, even just for a second. It'd be nice. Look at Jamie Jeffries' time. Oh my God!
Wow!
That is something else. That good lad.
Well, Jamie, that's brilliant. Look at that. Fantastic.
Right, have I got a curb cam on this one or not?
I was thinking that 58 would be the dividing line here, and that there would be a firm cut-off between the pros and the pro-ams, something like 58. But look at that.
Not the case, is it?
Not a bit of it. Not a bit of it.
Nah. Right, where's...
That's an awful lot of 158s there. That's an awful lot of cars in the same second.
You couldn't be more right. The top 15 are all within a second of one another. Wow. Holy hell, that's going to be a bit tasty. Wobbly did his very best there to try and get a time in. He's still got another lap in him, I think, this lap. He's got a decent toe from Stephen Walker, who's also in an Audi in front of him.
Wow.
Oh, and I think Stephen overcooked that.
Pushing on. Yeah, really pushing on.
Yeah.
He just got just a little bit too strong there.
Yeah, just a touch. And that's all it takes. It's just a little bit too much go. Right, let's have a look and see what else is going on. We've become popular, Alan. There's like 20-odd people watching at the minute.
No,
Well,
really?
I'm not kidding, yeah.
Good evening, folks.
Yeah.
Oh, exciting. 20 people.
I'm starting to blush. I am.
Well, I bet they're impressed with your computer facility, because I am.
Oh, right, thank you very much. There's one of your boys. Oh, he's just parking it.
That's our Rog.
It is. He's done a good job, though. He's in 21st. Let's see, who else have we got going on? Dan Mould. Where did Valentine just go? Valentine's moved himself into 8th place. That's a handy little position for him to be in. Nice. Where is Kevin Daniels? Because Davey D is on here. He's got a new livery because he's not in Sim Racing, what was it, Grid? SRG anymore. With David Johansson. David Johansson's not with us this season. He might return hopefully in a future season because he's such a wonderful addition to our leagues. But Kevin Daniels is driving for DDK, which I can only assume is something to do with Davey Daniels. And Davey is obviously watching. He's always watching. We're hoping that... he's quite high up in that Pro-Am category, isn't he, Alan?
Yes. Well, he had a fantastic season, I think, last season.
He did. It was he stood out from the crowd on a number of occasions as people start piling into pit road because this is a heat session, folks. We will do this... in fact, he's bailed out. We'll go back to Dan Mould, who... we'll get chinned out of this session in 30 seconds, but he's probably putting in a bit more to try and get more familiarity with the car and track combination. Or was he just trying to get over the line because he was on a lap? He did improve, he just didn't improve enough. Assembly's... he's bailed out and gone to pits. Right, so this is a qualifying session that's about to end. After this will be a 20-minute session. These guys are on 35% fuel, which means they do not need to pit in the first of tonight's races. But in the second of tonight's races, which is a 40-minute race, they will have to pit for fuel. As we go to...
Please wait, mate. We're racing.
Awesome. Is he here, Russell? Yes, he is here. Yeah, cool.
That's why I did it, because I just saw his name and
We
we haven't mentioned him. And
right, we should have just
yes,
extended.
great to see Russell here as well. This is delightful. This that grid is an awesome sight.
It is. Jamie Jeffrey, local boy to Snetterton, will go off first on pole with a 157.884. Literally nothing between them. Wobbly will go off second. Third will be Sam Blees for Hydro Race Geodesic Racing, with Stephen Walker going off fourth for Spectre 6. You'll find Spencer McCarthy going off in fifth behind his teammate for Hydro Race Geodesic Racing. Miguel Freitas will go off sixth for Impulse Racing. Matt Elmore, Flashy himself, will go off seventh for Spectre 6. Valentine Bonnie, in his first race with us, will go off eighth for Boots and VDS by Undercut. Pete Newman will go off ninth for Result Esports team with Pure Sims. Jay Corley will go off 10th for Result Clothing. Dan Mould will go off 11th for SRL. Remy Malaberti, in his first race with us, will go off 12th. 13th will be Kevin Daniels for DDK Racing. 14th will be Russell Carr for GTR Esports. That can't be right. Why has that come up? Don't know. He is Spectre Solo, so I've obviously missed something somewhere. I'll fix that as I go as well. Tony Walker will go off 15th for Spectre 6. Pete Van Gool will go off 16th for Result Clothing. Stefan Goebel, in his first race back with us, will go off 17th for VTS. That's a good result. Carl Hardy is here for Safeguard by Result in 18th. 19th will be James McRitchty for Asymmetric. Chris Needham will go off 20th for Air Smart Racing. Roger will go off 21st for Safeguard. David Corpus will go off 22nd. Stop flashing your lights back there. For Lurchus Academy. Loic Penault will go off 23rd for Boots and VDS by Undercut. Arnaud Chenonnier will go off 24th for Air Smart Racing. 25th will be Matt Flannery for Hydro Race Geodesic. Stop it. Stop. Oh, they're at it again. Chris Dixon will go off 26th. Oh, what are you doing? 27th will be Andrew Littler for Work Guard. JB will go off 28th. David Ayre 29th. 30th will Jason Haddington. I need to press some things in order for us to see what's happening.
Green flag, green flag.
Oh, all the sound went absolutely mental for a second.
That was slick. Look at this. This start is just lethal with this first vicious right-hand hooker.
Yeah. Oh, that's tight.
Oh, 3 wide through there. Recipe for disaster.
Right, and we are just about away. Wobbly's on the grass.
Oh, now we've got the hairpin, cold tyres, and there's lots of them.
Yeah. Oh, there's touching. Inappropriate, and Jamie has gone. Jamie's gone into the fields.
Come on. Oh, decent rejoin, but it's cost him a lot of places. And, that's wicked in this early race.
I've lost my cursor.
Remy Malaberti. Bloody hell. I'll curse for you, don't worry.
Yeah. Right. Wobbly's round. That's a tenner to whoever that was. No, there's lots going on here.
Oh, no.
That looks...
crikey.
This is messy, isn't it?
Well, there's a lot of adrenaline out there, I would suggest.
There is, yeah. Absolutely. I can nearly not talk. Sam Blees, that was, that got turned right round and punted right down the field as Pete Newman takes over the lead of this race.
Oh, my word.
It's funny, Snetterton 300, all the cameras are behind the field. It's weird.
Is that Pete in front?
Yes, it is.
Are you sure? Is Miguel driving for Pure Sim?
No, Miguel's right behind him.
Yeah, Miguel's behind him.
Yeah. Then you've got Wobbly. Then Dan Mould's moved himself into fourth place, up 7 places. Yeah.
Wow, that's a fantastic start by Dan.
Valentine Bonnie just staved off Stephen Walker, which is not often said in the same sentence. And Stephen's now fallen back into the clutches of Spencer. Spencer's doing a good job here. He's down a couple of places after going extracurricular. I don't know where Sam Blees ended up in the end. Oh, where is he? He's back here in 17th. Deep into the other territory. That's somebody that's entered pit road. Who is that?
That's unfortunate for them.
That is Remy Malaberti. I don't know why.
Unfortunate.
Yeah, don't know why.
In his first start.
He's going
that's
again.
A shame.
That was that a stop-go penalty? Or stop and hold or something like that? Chris Needham.
It was a short one.
It was. Chris Needham's in the pit already as well. I don't know whether he's getting fixed. Back at the front though. Wobbly is...
Jamie Jefferson fit as well.
Yeah, where did Pete Newman go? He's made his way backwards into third when all of that was going on, so we're going to have to try and find that and watch it. Blah-de-blah-de-blah. Where is it?
Oh, looks like he's got the wheel on the grass there.
Yeah, right, here we go. This is what happened at the very front. It's going to show this. So, he's gone super sideways. That's what happened.
Yeah,
he
had
gifted
to be a
it.
small driving error, didn't it?
Yeah, and that's all it was.
That's,
Just a little bit off.
Yeah.
We know how effective he can be in that car.
And,
We've got a battle going on right now. Somebody on a slowdown there. It is Dan Mould.
Well, nobody's wasting any time, are they, Pete?
No,
Look
they're
at
not.
this. I mean, there's scraps everywhere. It's cheek by jowl and pretty thrilling stuff. No.
It's Stephen Walker. Yeah, Stephen Walker off.
Oh, great recovery, Steve. Come on.
Yeah, don't know what
Goodness
happened
me.
there. That looked almost self-inflicted. That's the corner before Bumhole. The little chicane this is. You go under the bridge there, and then into... Oh, he's lost the back end, and then it snapped on him.
Oh, what snaps around. Vicious.
Yeah, that's...
Dear.
Self-inflicted,
save
that one.
that.
Yeah.
Crikey, that could have been worse.
Yeah, right, let's go back to live running.
You just got to keep that straight and going forward.
This is Valentine Bonnie under some serious pressure now from Spencer McCarthy. This is our latest and newest Boots and VDS by Undercut driver. Russell Cowell, why are you in the top 10? Up 7 places and just scalping other people as you go? That's not normal.
Well, I think we had a bit of kerfuffle at the start, and people have taken advantage very shrewdly, and you can't blame them. And
Kylie.
These people don't need to be offered twice.
No, Kylie's out in the weeds there. He's given up a few positions there. Chris Dixon is one of them. And there is Chris for Work Guard, doing a great job, keeping it clean.
He's a very nice man, is Chris. A very good friend.
Good.
And, yeah.
I'll get
Delighted to see him with us. Very delighted to see him with us.
Yeah, I'll get him in the right number for next time round. I don't know what iRacing is doing there. Miguel Freitas coming under some pressure from the Audi of wobbly kneecaps behind him.
Well, he's clearly got good pace out of that Audi, hasn't he? He's not struggling for pace at all.
No, he's not. Right, this is interesting. Oh, it would be if I could
Was
see
that
it.
Wobbly going to take him then? He was going
Possibly. Not, he hasn't done though. This is Jamie Jeffrey coming out of the pits.
Yes. It's sad to see him in there.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out when he went into the pits because I can't see it. Anyway.
Oh, it was a while ago.
It was.
I noticed that it was in there, so he's been in there a while.
Oh, he jumped to the pits. He must have had a bad day off the track.
Yeah. Yeah, so it
I'm
was
gonna
the
have to
toe
find
that
it.
cost him his time, wasn't it? It was been a big toe.
Yeah.
Probably. Oh, very unfortunate. But I don't know. Jamie can take a lot of heart from the way he said about qualification and the start to the race.
And
just
so that everyone knows, as various people have just tried to set the fastest lap all in one go, and it's stayed with Jay Corley for now, who's keeping it out of trouble, up 4 places in 6th place. So podium position for Jay Corley if he can keep it on the black stuff. I'm just going to make you a bit louder. There we go.
Russell's doing well, 7th. Look at that.
I know. The timing tower's not upside down, folks. He really is there. Look at how many cars are mixed in further down in the table, though.
I know.
Loic Penalt, salute to you for bringing your Boots and BDS by Undercut colleagues with you. But you are in 16th place. You've got plenty of people stacked up behind you in other classes. Or other categories, I should say. Carl Hardy.
Arnold as well. Look at that. You know, he's doing absolutely brilliant.
Yeah.
It's like, but everyone's getting a good race, aren't they, Pete? That's the thing. You know, everybody's at it out there, and it must be jolly exciting.
Yeah, very much so. Jamie suggested I've just put the track map up for everybody to see, and the battle box in the bottom right. That's going to be quite heavily populated today. Jamie Wilson was saying do more of showing the timing towers by class. It does paint a very clear picture of where everybody's at, to be honest. Why they're in that order, I've no idea. I'm going to have to look into why Pro-Am is ahead of Pro is ahead of Am. No idea. That's a new one. We thought that putting the number in front would do that, but it has not once it's into the middle of a race. So we'll sort that out for next time. Right, here we are, back with Valentine Bonny. It's a weird camera, that one. I'm going to go to this one. He's under quite a bit of pressure now from Spencer, as he's been for a while, but that is a very fast move in Jay Corley, creeping up behind him. And there is an overtake on here, 2 overtakes on potentially. Gonna have to look at what Spencer's doing. There's a bit of contact, is there? I think Spencer will say that Rubbin's racing. Nothing too rude about that. And we know what Spencer's like for scything through fields of cars. He is probably one of the most efficient drivers that can do that. And he always seems to do it clean.
He's a wicked overtaker.
Yeah.
How many times have we seen him come through the whole field in the longer races?
Yeah. What we've got going on here is Miguel being caught. That's right, caught by Wobbly in his Audi. And then
he's certainly being pressured, isn't he?
Yeah.
Miguel's certainly getting a lot of pressure from Wobbly, who's driving a really fine race here. He's not letting up. He's not getting Miguel get a minute's peace.
No, he's not.
He's right in his rear view mirror.
Yeah, and Sam Blease is now caught. He's on his massive recovery drive. He's caught up with Carl Hardy now. He's heading towards the bridge. Once they go under this bridge, they will end up in Brundle, and Nelson is the next turn. The right-hander is Nelson. He's done that job. Next up for Carl Hardy is Pete Van Gool behind him. Something going on back here. Oh, Loic. You need to be some way to the left there. It's a common occurrence at that turn, Alan, for cars to spit off into the, into the scenery.
Don't I know it?
No, and me. Yeah.
Well, I came here on wet day, as you'll know. Rain has arrived when I'm racing, and we've been here. It was my second wet track experience. On the drying track, it stopped raining and it was a drying track. I was very impressed by it as an experience, but the drying track was just fantastic, to be honest. It just felt like a drying track. You know, the reaction of the tyres to the water was fantastic. But in the pouring rain at Sebring earlier, it was a nightmare. It was.
That was a very interesting little bit of racing there. We'll come back to what you were talking about in a second, because rain will eventually come to this series.
Oh no.
Carl Hardy, using the toe down the start-finish straight, had caught up with Sam Blease, which is very different. It's not the experience that we often see. So we've got a few cars that are much delayed at the minute. We have Remy Malaberti, who is well out of position, 13 positions back from where he started. Flashy has been pressing the button too much. He's 13 positions back in 20th. 28 positions back is Jamie Jeffrey. I think he's parked it. Chris Needham is back racing, but he was in the pits for some repairs earlier. He is a lap down, I think. But he is still racing, and he could take a position. Or two, maybe. You don't know, do you?
Good old Chris.
But this is what it looks like at the pointy end, Alan.
Yes, and it's tasty, but Miguel is very cool under pressure, and he's proving it at this moment. Because he's getting plenty of pressure.
A bit of close racing back here between Dan Mould and Stephen Walker. These are no strangers to one another. They've raced together for years.
There's some quality out there, and they race hard, but they know how to do it.
Yes, they do, yeah.
So we do have incidents, but they're few and far between, considering how much close racing, how much side by side, how much actual really cheap by jar racing we get. The incidents are few and far between. They really are. People try to be careful because they like to race and they want to race each other.
Yep, absolutely right. This is we're on board here with Stephen Walker on the camera, just on the roof of his car. that is Dan Mould in front of us. He's having a quick look. We're going to stay with Stephen as he races around this Snetterton 300 circuit in the first of season 16's races for BSTV's TCR Challenge Cup. Where are we heading towards at the minute?
Hamilton. Got that horrible right-hander coming up.
Yeah.
It's so deceiving. It swoops you around into bomb hole and that goodness.
Yeah, so this is this Oggies? Yeah, or Williams, one of those two. Onto the back straight here, heading towards Brundle turn. Oh, he's got a slowdown. Yeah, so we're going to go and join Dan Mould then if Stephen Walker's not going to be racing for anything.
Well, it's not. It's easy to pitch. Well, that corner's a bad one for slowdowns.
Yeah, yeah.
If you get a bit wide,
yep.
It's easy to get wide there, isn't it?
It
Not
is.
nice.
That's
Not nice here, but you
Sorry, go on.
don't lift, going through in a
No,
Mazda,
no.
going through there. You don't lift, and
Ooh,
it's
ooh, ooh.
hair-raising stuff. I wonder if you lift. I wonder if anyone's lifting in these cars. I have to see.
We are racing for the lead.
Oh, look at this!
So that is
Oh,
Pete Newman trying to go 3 wide. Do you do 3 wide at Snetterton on the first turn? I don't know that you do,
not to survive.
Not really, not usually. Oh, and wobbly kind of parts on the apex.
Oh!
Miguel's got some Portuguese swear words for wobbly there, and wobbly's overcooked. Whatever that is, Montreal, I think they call that hairpin.
That was a bit of bump and grind.
It was, but look what it's done. It's brought Spencer. You don't want to bring Spencer into your battle, do you? It's like
Well, I
race
do. I want
suicide.
them to.
Well, we do, but they probably don't. And that's Jake Corley there at the back of this.
Yes, look at this. Great series up car. Right, look at this right at the sharp end here.
Yeah.
Good on you, Jay. Come on.
So Wobbly leads this race, unbelievably. He's currently the holder of. No, he's not. Jay Corley is still the fastest man on track. He's still got the fastest lap in that Honda. We're looking at Pete Newman at the minute in 3rd place. A little out of shape and getting almost a push round by Spencer. That other group that was very, very close has suddenly split up quite a lot. So you can see them in the background there. So Valentine, who's the
I
next
think this
car
front
back.
lot I found a little bit more. They're so on it, aren't they? Look at
They
this.
do appear to be, yeah.
Wobbly's really laid down a gauntlet, getting in front. It was a lot of elbows involved, and he's got in front. My word, he's got his foot down flat, and he's pulling the pace out of everybody.
Yeah, this is flashy on a recovery. Many positions back from where he should be, in theory.
Come on.
Oh no, giving him a bit of a fight, but he won't be able to do anything through that particular corner. All right, we're going to go back to the front. This really is where the action is this time.
Well, at least they're not doing me palpitations by going 3 wide.
Well, not yet. That will happen. We are 16 minutes in, so we've got at least 2 or 3 laps potentially, given that the fact that it's a 2-minute lap. Right, so with 4 minutes-ish to go, Arnaud Chenonnier getting shoveled backwards. Where is he? Has he gone to the pits? Yes, he has. Something's happened to Arnaud.
Oh,
He was
no.
in a very heated battle. He's gone off track. We'll have a look at that later. We'll see what Stephen Walker's got his hands full of at the minute, and it's Sam Blease who he's got bearing down on him. That's the lead in the front of the view there, further down the track. So all the way back to 9th place. Where's my battle box gone? There it is. All the way back to 9th and 10th place is in view of the win, if you take my point. There is a 2.5 second gap in the middle of it. Cameras around here are rubbish. Can't get a decent view of anything. Wobbly's got himself.
Wobbly's doing really great, isn't he?
Yeah.
He's giving himself a car width length, and that's luxury compared to what he was before.
It is. No yellow on that incident at the beginning of the race, principally because there was no block track. It's hard to block the track at Snetterton because there's so much grass.
Yes. other places it might have been.
Yeah, absolutely. Yep. There was quite a few cars getting bumped around and turned, so I'm sure it'll all wash out. This league is famous for its sportsmanship in terms of returning places and apologies, etc. So we'll see what flushes out at the end of it. But the top 10 cars are in 2 groups of 5 right now, and it's very, very closely fought still.
It is. The gaps are small, aren't they?
Yep. Believe it or not, that's the blimp cam. Okay, fair enough. Right, let's go to this, but we'll go to see what. Right, so Wobbly's lead is gone. Miguel's back on him again, and we can see all the way back to about 5th place, 6th place. You can see just coming over the brow of that horizon in the background. Miguel's got Pete Newman literally in his boot or trunk if you're American. Where is JB? Oh, there he is. 17th place, up 11 places. Good grief!
Yeah, no, he's doing very well.
He is. That is a sensational
I've
bit
kind
of
of
racing.
got used to seeing him do that now.
Yep.
So, yeah, I'm delighted to see all these people down at the bottom having a really good race. The times are still tight. It's like,
Yeah.
what is it? Harley's it's 5 seconds.
Yeah. Currently, Sam Blease holds the. Oh, he's got past Stephen Walker. We missed that just. There it is. He's got the fastest lap of the race with a 1:57.9. Right, so he went a bit wide there. Stephen Walker will have possibly got to slow down. Yeah, he's bailed out. Too much curb on the inside there, and that's what sorted those two out. Let's go back to the live racing. Oh, we need to go back here to where JB is because he's fighting here with Flashy. Flashy's already done that. That was almost a gift. I don't think JB wanted to upset the apple cart too much, so we're going to return here to Dan Mould and Co. In the foreground there is Valentine Bonny. He's flashing his lights. He's got himself gapping. Oh, sorry. End of the race, Alan.
End of the race.
End of the race.
Yes.
We usually do this, don't we? Thanks for that, Valentine. You indicated to us that that was the case.
We like the end of the race.
Yeah, the only time that...
It's just we never expect it.
No, true. Flashy...
Well, we're doing it. We, you know, the thing is, we're fans first.
We are, yes,
And we
absolutely.
enjoy the racing, and it's exciting still.
So the one
It's
time that
tripping.
flashing is permitted and flashy doesn't flash. So, you know, some things the world's upside down. As Jason Haddington comes over the line, David Ayres, 4 places up from his start place in 25th. Our reverse poleman will be Roger Morton.
Wow! Now, last time that happened, Roger did a heck of a drive.
He did.
He staved them off for a long time. But I don't know, because we've got some. It's the first race of the season. People are very, very het up about this. You can tell.
Yeah.
There's a lot of
30
interest among the people,
field.
isn't there?
Yeah.
We've got a lot of new drivers and coming in. It's added a whole freeze on of excitement to it because we just don't know how things are going to pan out, and we don't know that normally. But even more now, we've got new people who are fighting for their places, fighting for their identity, and it just adds so much interest and so much excitement.
Yeah, this will be the start of the season that Jamie Jeffrey didn't want back in 27th after the start, and having to do I think it was a stop go. Andy Littler's done very well. He's in the Civic this time, by the way. Switched his car from the Elantra. So let's have a look at the finishing positions.
You probably got put-ups in the back end of Civics last season.
Yeah, I would think so. So, Wobbly ended up winning our first race of the season in his Audi for BSTV Pink. Miguel gave him quite a run for Impulse Racing, finishing second. And rounding out the podium, Pete Newman, great result for Esports with Pure Sims. Spencer finished fourth for Hydros Geodesic. Jay Corley finished fifth, the highest placed AM driver for Result Clothing iRacing team. Valentine.
That's a fantastic drive, isn't it?
Yeah, that is sensational. I bet he enjoyed that. Valentine Bonny in his first race with us finished sixth for Boots and BDS by Undercut. And then Russell Cowell finished seventh for GTR Esports. I'm pretty sure that's not what it should say. That should say Spectre 6, the number.
Fantastic drive by Russell. What,
Yeah.
5 seconds? Look at that. That's fantastic, isn't it?
Yeah, yeah.
Because they were going at it. There was a lot of pace in that forward group.
Yeah, definitely. Nicola Jeffrey asking, "Oh no, what happened?" I think he got a penalty somewhere along the line there for something or other. Maybe jumping the start. I'm not sure. There's Stephen Phillips on the chat. Small dogs are never optional. No, of course not. Not when they're dash hounds. Sorry, I'll get back to doing this run through. I'm not reading what everybody's writing in the chat. Dan Mould finished 8th for SRL. Sam Blees finished 9th for Hydro Race Geodesic Racing. Stephen Walker finished 10th for Spectre 6. Pete Van Gool finished 11th for Result Clothing iRacing Team. Carl Hardy was 12th for Safeguard. Stefan Goebel in his first race back with us for VTS Esports finished 13th. And that'll put him on the second row for the start of the 40-minute race. So that's going to be good. James McRitchie, he'll get me later for that. He finished 14th for Asymmetric. Roger Morton will be our poleman in the second of tonight's races, which is his punishment for finishing 15th for Safeguard. David Corpus did finish 16th for Lurchus. Flashy didn't flash over the line in 17th for Spectre 6. JB did flash over the line, I think, for BSTV Pink. Let me move this on. 19th was Kevin Daniels for DDK Racing. 20th was Matt Flannery in the first of tonight's AM drivers for Hydro Race Geodesic Racing. Tony Walker finished 21st for Spectre 6. Remy Malaberti got muscled out really early on and then had a recovery drive and got back to 22nd for Boots and VDS by undercut, followed home by his own teammate Loic Penault, who also had a lot of bother and finished 23rd. Jason Haddington finished 24th for Air Smart Racing, with David Ayres finishing 25th for Result Clothing. Andy Littler finished 26th for Work Guard by Result. Jamie Jeffrey didn't have the race he wanted, I don't think. Finished in 27th for Coupes and Convertibles Racing. Chris Needham finished 28th for Air Smart Racing. Two more. Chris Dixon finished 29th. He is a Work Guard driver. Don't know why it's not come through. I'll sort that again in a minute. And then Arnaud Chenonnier finished 30th, 3 laps down for Air Smart Racing. Right.
Oh, that was a fine start to the season, wasn't it? Goodness me. They weren't holding back.
No, and nor should they. That's what it's all about. Let's put Blimp Cam on. It's not quite as close as it was before. So what's everybody saying in the chat? Jason Murray is shouting for James McRitchie. David Daniels is laughing at something we said. Further back, Undercut Racing is here. Who are you shouting for? Oh, right, you're Bootson, aren't you? Of course you are. So that's Loic, Valentine, and Remy. None of them
nice that they've got fans and supporters in the chat, isn't it?
I know,
it's
yeah.
Lovely.
Brilliant. Yeah.
I do think it's nice when people have a follower. It's nice to have somebody watching over you and supporting you and wishing you well. It's got to help.
Yeah, it does. It has to help, doesn't it? We've got 30 seconds till the next race. So I'm going to just plug... what am I plugging? I'm plugging SRL again. They race on a Friday. They don't start till the 22nd of March. I think they've only got a handful of races this time, but get yourselves signed up if you like TCR racing. Dan Mould always puts on a brilliant show with his leagues, and it will be broadcast. So they are back, and they race on a Friday. No competition here. We mutually support one another.
It's all about iRacing.
It is all
we love
about
simming.
iRacing. We do. That's what we're here for. So don't forget, this race coming up is a 40-minute race. It is requiring a pit stop. I can't believe that they won't do a pit stop in this one. Very occasional races they've managed to get away with not doing. It's not always worked out either. So I'm just going to extend gridding to 2 minutes while I get through this grid, folks. So your poleman for tonight's second race will be Roger Morton for Safeguard. James McRitchie will go off on the front row next to him for Asymmetric. I'll quit with the team name so I can get through the field. Third will be Stefan Goebel. Fourth will be Carl Hardy on that second row. Third row will be Pete Van Gool and Stephen Walker. Fourth row will be Sam Blees next to Dan Mould. That'll be a tasty start around that area. I know. Russell Cowell will go off 9th next to Valentine Bonney. Jay Corley will go off 11th next to Spencer McCarthy. Where am I? 13th will be Pete Newman next to Miguel Freitas. Wobbly will start 15th, his punishment for winning the first race. David Corpus will start 16th. 17th will be Matt Elmore, Flashy himself. JB will be 18th. 19th will be Kevin Daniels. Matt Flannery will go off 20th. 21st will be last season's AM champion Tony Walker. 22nd will be Remy Malaberti. Loic Penault, his teammate, will be in the row behind him. And to his right in 23rd, Jason Haddington will be 24th. 25th will be David Ayres. 26th will be Andy Littler. Jamie Jeffrey will go off 27th on a huge recovery drive. Chris Needham will go off 28th. 29th will be Chris Dixon. And Arnaud Chenonnier will start last of the field on this occasion because of whatever ailed him in the first race. We are shortly going to be going racing, folks. Let me find a camera. Oh, look at that for a grid. Good grief, it seems to go on over the horizon. Manuel Hertzy, let's go. 22. Who are you shouting for then? Who's car 22? Stephen Walker? Or 22 position, do you mean? You're another Boots and VDS by Undercut fans because you're shouting for Remy Malaberti.
Yes, come on, Remy.
Well,
I hope everyone makes a good start. And look at the way they're mixed up, so we can expect excitement.
Right, lights coming on. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and held for a second there actually, and that looked like a clean start from almost everyone apart from Russell Cowell.
Oh, I hope so. I hope everybody's away smoothly.
Ooh, there's a lot of jostling going on further back. Stefan is in the thick of it, and he's getting busted up here. Oh, he's gone. Yeah, he was getting roughed up big time, and he's hit that glitch at Snetterton where you get reset to the pits. That's a very sad way to start.
Oh, that's very unfortunate.
It is.
They would have saved that and been back on.
Yeah.
There you go.
That was my hope as well. He is back to pits, so he'll be towing. Not the best return to the league in this race for him. Lots of close racing here. And further, right down the field, actually, everybody is in the thick of it.
What a fine mix we've got. Look at the way the field is mixed up. It's a recipe for excitement because there's so many fast people wanting to go past.
Yep. We are... Ooh, Carl Hardy under pressure here from Sam Blees. That's not Sam Blees. That's Spencer. Wasting no time. Look at that. He's 6 places up.
Where did that pace come from? It's
Good
electric.
God. And look at it behind. Russell Cowell getting shoveled out onto that outside line by...
it's Pete and Miguel again.
Yeah. Pete Bingham's brain doesn't work right now, folks. It's gone on holiday. Who's that?
We've got Wobbly there as well.
Yeah, I think that was Arnaud Chenonnier. It was that was out in
was
the
that
leads.
Russell in with them as well?
I think it was. Yeah.
Goodness me! Oh!
What?
I was Wobbly spinning.
Was it? That was Russell Cowell.
Russell, he looked like
Where's
Wobbly.
Wobbly?
Wobbly knocked him off.
Maybe. Yeah, we'll have a look at that in a second. In fact, Wobbly's on the outside here of Jay Corley. Jay Corley's not going to make this easy, and nor should he.
Oh.
Wobbly's got him though.
What a piece of driving that was.
That was pretty impressive. Russell Cowell he's doing the off-road version of Snetterton 300. I think it's 301 is what he's doing. I'm sure there's some swear words going on, but Roger Morton is still the race leader.
He got a good start, and we know that he's a cool head at the front of the race, and he can defend like nobody's business.
Yes, he can. This is where there's a huge amount of battling going on. This is Remy Malaberti making his way through the field here. He's doing very well. He's got last season's AM champion on his inside here. They are door to door.
They're both going for it. Fantastic driving by the pair of them.
Yeah, little hip check there for Tony Walker. And that sorts that out for now. Right, I'm going to see what...
Wow, this is close, exciting racing.
Yeah. I was going to go back and look at an incident, wasn't I? But I can't now remember which one it was. There's been that many.
Yeah, it was... Well, it doesn't matter because Wobbly's still on the track and still racing hard. That's...
Yeah.
He's obviously saved it because he looked like he was going sideways slightly.
Stephen Walker not having a great time at all. He's 15 places down in 21st place. Do I know why? No. I'll try and find out, folks, whilst we return to the front of the field, which is not that far down the tarmac, to be honest. Here it is.
So Sam's got by Roger, which is hardly surprising.
Yeah.
Sam gets by just about everybody. That's why he's our champion. But
Oh!
Roger will be hanging on. Oh,
no, it's not Arno. It's Jason.
Jason.
Kiley has spun slightly. Finally caught one. Excellent.
and well, running with Chris.
Yeah.
And Chris is still on the track, which is nice to see.
Yeah,
after
yeah.
his poor first race, where he's had a lot of bad luck.
Yes, he has. Oh, Sam Blease has just rocketed himself to the front of this race. That must have been under tow conditions, was it?
No.
Or was it done before?
He got past him a while ago.
Well, shows how much attention I'm actually paying. Oh, there's all sorts going on.
Roger was hanging on to him very well, but he's just started to make a gap now. He's nearly got a second.
Yeah, Stephen Walker had been off track again. I don't know what happened. Let's have a look.
That's not like Stephen to be this untidy. Very unusual to see him losing his. The
back end's gone on him. That used to be a feature of the Audi. Hopefully, it's not going to return. David Ayres back here, putting pressure onto Matt Flannery. That'll be a battle that goes on for quite a long time, I would think. Jamie Jeffrey making his way through the field in fine fashion. He started in 27th. He's up to 15th. 12 places he's shot behind him. The fastest forward moving person in this race.
Fantastic. Well, I like to see him do well. We both admire him. We think he's a fantastic driver.
Yeah.
And he certainly is, and he drives the right way. When he was dreadful unlucky in the first race, you don't want to see somebody who set the fastest lap and look at this.
Oh my God, who was that? Was that James? Yes, it was.
That was you. Yes, your friend.
I think they should dispense with the current layout of the track, since so many people want to drive out there, and they should lay tarmac over to that left-hand side as you come out of.
Seeing a lot of traffic, isn't it?
Oh yeah, almost as much as the tarmac on the right-hand side of it. Right, so this is Jamie Jeffrey now. He's got Kevin Daniels in his view. Davey will be happy to know that livery is still in one piece. Belgian flag flying strong on the back of it. Very standout paint scheme that is for Kevin Daniels. Very nice. Right, Roger Morton under pressure from Dan Mould for second place this. Oh, and he got turned by a sister teammate in Pete Van Gool, who straightened him up again. Very talented way to do that, actually.
Yeah, that was a pure...
Pete Newman gone gardening. He's out in the weeds, just doing the verge. And Wobbly's recovering now.
Well, yeah, Pete's got his hands full of Wobbly now.
And Miguel. So these three were at the front of it last time.
Yes, and they're very close on pace, aren't they, clearly?
Yeah, I hate the cameras on this track. Good God. I'm going to do my own next time we come to Snetterton. He sorted himself out, Pete Newman, there. Now, we don't know who's fuel saving. Fuel saving is the thing. And can save you quite a lot of positions, to be fair. I think that damage on Stephen Walker's car is affecting the handling quite significantly. It's properly snarled up on the front there. If I give you a better view of that,
yes,
that is not a healthy looking Audi, is it?
That's not pretty.
No.
And maybe we should have a look at his steering wheel.
Oh, do you know what? That's why you're such a great person to have in the car. How do I do that, though? It looks like it's fairly straight, to be honest. There's that one, and then there's this one. There we go. Hang on, let's see what happens when he straightens it up. So it should be about straight here. Maybe a bit twisted over. Now we'll see.
We're not going to find out on this huge bend that goes on forever and then goes vicious left.
I thought there would be more. Oh, Pete Newman's gone to pit road. So, and a few have,
Oh.
including us. Right. So, anybody with damage has just pitted the car.
I think he's got a bit of deflection on his steering wheel.
I think so. Yeah, definitely. Doesn't always show it in the onboards with iRacing, but on that occasion it did. So, Sam Blease has found himself 4 seconds of holiday time back to Dan Mould, who leads, well, a group of 3.
Oh, this is... Dan's doing great, isn't he? But we know what Sam's going to do. He's going to have his foot hard down now. He loves to get this position, to be out in front and just be able to go and make his laps. He's so good at doing this. He's so utterly consistent.
Yeah.
And they're going to have to struggle to catch him. So it's great to see that now we've got Dan leading the chase, and we need somebody as good as this to actually stand a chance. And can he pull back Sam on a charge? That's the question.
Well, where's Pete Van Gool gone? Oh, no!
Oh.
He was doing so well. What happened there?
Oh.
So he was in the middle of this. Did he lose sight of his turning point? Is he heading to that right? Oh. Right.
Oh.
Well, we will never know. And then he reappears like that. Do you reckon that was a disconnect? And it
looked like a disconnect, didn't it?
It did, yeah, but only a brief one. Right, okay, folks, that was
enough for him to lose his car, I think, by the looks of it.
Yeah. Value.
Oh, unfortunate.
Value VTRD is shouting for Remy Malaberti. Remy is currently in 17th, up 5 positions from his start. His previous race was somewhat delayed with getting shoveled off and beaten up. He's got Tony Walker, who is a great pace man for him, because Tony Walker was last season's Pro-Am champion, and he's moved up. Cars are moving into pit road now. Matt Elmore, Tony Walker have just entered pit road on a Spectre 6 pit stop. We're going to go back racing with Roger Morton, who's still holding his own here in 4th place. He was the pole man for this one. He's got...
Well, he feeds back, but he defends every single place. And he makes everybody have to do an overtake to get by him and work at it. It's honest racing.
Yeah, someone needs to tell Martin Sampson that this is a Before the Watershed family show. He's just said, come on, Carl Hardy, show us your cake. I think it's pies normally. I certainly don't want to see Carl Hardy's cake.
Pie power.
That's got to be a euphemism, right? Right, so lots of people leaving pit road, so this is where the field gets all mixed up, folks.
Yes, it gets mixed up. I lose complete track of everything that's happening.
Yeah,
we don't know who's where at all.
No, we find out what's going to happen in the race at 39 minutes and 59 seconds. That's what usually happens in these broadcasts. Jamie Jeffrey has got Carl Hardy, and he's got a scalp he wants to take right now.
Oh.
And he's got good overpace here. He's going to go underneath the bridge and try and outbrake that car full of pies, and he's going to do this with comfort. There we go. He was let go there, I think, by Carl Hardy.
Very professional by both of them.
Yeah, absolutely.
Carl knows who to pick a fight with, and he'll try and defend his place, but that's sweet overtaking. He had overspeed from the previous corner. It was just classic, and very, very nice to see. I want to see this clean racing, and he earned that place from his superior pace and his taking that hairpin.
He is right. So folks need to not forget that that racers pick up lead lap points. So Sam Blease is picking up lead laps, as did Roger. You get a maximum of 3 lead lap points per race. What that does mean is that Sam Blease and Spencer McCarthy, 2 Hydro Race geodesic racing cars, are now 1 and 2, and they are always pit stops, obviously. And with Dan Mould, they're in 3rd, with Roger Morton in 4th. Miguel Freitas and Jay Corley very close on his heels. And then Valentine Bonny, the first of the Boots and VDS by undercut vehicles, showing his calibre, 7th at the minute. And then, believe it or not, Jamie Jeffrey started off in a motherless 27th place, not where he wanted to be. 19 positions up. Obviously, there's some pit stops that have put cars behind him. But what a drive, Alan, so far.
Yes, he's superb, isn't he? And yes, we like to see this. But you say because of the pit stops, you just never quite know where somebody is.
No, and David East called it out. Jamie Jeffrey has such good pace. He really does. That he is local to Snetterton. He'll be mortified that he finished in 27th and not at least on the podium in the first race, because he must know this. He must race this in his sleep.
He had his first pole position. I think that was probably his first pole. I don't know if it was, but it might not have been. But I don't remember him having a pole before.
No, I don't, but I'm pretty sure he has. Chloe Newland says, great comeback, Jamie. Yes, it is. Russell Cowell here. He's given us a pit stop. He was chasing down Tony Walker. No, he wasn't. He was chasing down Andy Littler, but he's past him now. Okay, right. Who's fighting?
Come on, Andy.
PVG's just peeled off to the pits. He will not be the last. He'll be followed in by at least one other car. Pete says confidently, even though everybody's decided not to. Just because I've said it. Fastest car on track, Jamie Jeffrey. 158.29.
Well, that's distinctly impressive driving. When you look who's up there, and you know Sam's at the front and got the bit between his teeth. With Spencer behind him, nothing encourages Sam like having Spencer chasing him.
No, very much not.
And the fact that Jamie is actually pulling out a fastest lap when Sam's got the bit between his teeth, and we know he'll be pressing on, that's very impressive.
It is massively, massively impressive. Let's just see where the class standings work out. So Sam Blee's heading the chart there with Spencer. Obviously there's pit stops mixed in this. Roger Morton still leading the Pro-Am charge. And then Loic Penault leading the AM charge. So lots and lots of variation in terms of teams and where they are in those standings. Where's my battle box keep going? There it is. Right.
It's tired.
I think it. Oh, I'm exhausted. So I think the battle box has more than done its duty for tonight. What's Matt Flannery doing? He's getting stuck in here with Jason Haddington. Kylie, we saw a bit of a spin, not to his old style caliber of spins, it has to be said. I'm sure he'll get back to it eventually. Roger Morton now has got mirrors full of Miguel Freitas. Yeah.
Still doing a fantastic drive. I mean, Miguel has pulled the gap, but honestly, it's taken him about 4 laps to pull about 6 feet.
Yeah.
And he's almost climbing up his tailpipe now.
He is. I don't know whether Jake Hawley was actually thinking about pitting them, but he certainly gave a little shimmy to the pits. Don't know who he was trying to dupe to go in, but there was no one behind him. Apart from Valentine Bonny, who is slowly catching that group in front. 10th by meagre 10th. That last lap actually he was slower by about half a second. So something went on there for him. Let's go back to this little battle here. Because Jake Hawley is on terms here with Miguel Freitas. Miguel Freitas, previous champion, that's why the writing on his boards is in yellow. Kind of hard to tell at distance. If I find a camera a little bit closer, you'll be able to see it much better. So all his labelling is with yellow writing. That denotes previous champion to our series.
A very worthy champion as well.
Yep. He really did dominate that season, didn't he? When Jason Landry and Wobbly were his teammates. And in individual races, he's absolutely destroyed the field. Watkins Glen, there was nobody near him. He absolutely has it in his back pocket when he needs to turn it on.
We have some real star drivers, and it gives us some glorious racing to enjoy.
Absolutely. One of which is now crawling up on the back of Valentine Bonny. Now, Jamie Jeffrey, like I've said a number of times, home track advantage in theory. He must be racing this in his sleep. He has an I rating that does not reflect his actual racing ability. He's a real life racer. As Jake Hawley peels off to pit road there. he's got like a 1.8k rating, but he races way beyond that, and that is a 7.6k racer in front of him. It just shows you that not everybody races in officials. Some of them only race in league races, like this one, and therefore you can't trust what iRacing and iRating tells you necessarily.
Yes, and it's because I only race in leagues that I've got such an appalling iRacing, Pete. It's nothing to do with anything else, Pete. It's just the fact that I never do officials.
You and me both. David Ayres, you'll see, has just entered pit lane for his scheduled stop. So the top 14 cars have not yet pitted, all the way back to Arnaud Chenonnier. Everybody behind that, so Wobbly is the first car to have pitted. He's the lead car of the pitted field. He's got Pete Newman breathing down his neck. We will have to wait until all the other cars have done their scheduled stops to figure out what the hell's going on, because neither me nor Alan usually have a clue. And just to remind you, everybody gets to race for the overall championship, and what they will be racing for is not that, this, the trophy, the season 16 BSTV TCR Challenge Cup, 100% plastic. I said that fast so that you thought it was more impressive than it actually was. Sam Blees had one of these mailed to him recently. He probably didn't realise what it was and threw it straight in the bin. But that's what's on offer, along with a load of certificates for Pro Championship, Pro-Am Championship, 1, 2 and 3 in each one. Safe Driver Award, Sir Alan's Safe Driver Award, which has its own particular little stamp of approval, and the Driver of the Meeting Award. So lots and lots for drivers to race for in this league. Money is not one of them. Just a bit of bragging rights, folks.
There's plenty of kudos to be had.
At the end of the start-finish straight, Jamie puts lots and lots of pressure on Valentine Bonny, gives him a flash for his troubles, trying to intimidate Valentine. Not going to happen, and they are off again around the lap. We are at the halfway point now, folks. Jamie is having a long stare.
Yeah, very evenly matched.
Yeah.
He wants his way past because he's on a real roll at the moment, is Jamie.
He is.
But he's going to have trouble getting past this chap.
Yeah, someone's bitten the top off his steering wheel, but that's not going to slow him down. He is got a good run here. Can he get past Valentine Bonny? Bit of turning left to turn right there, but that's what's required in these cars. They are lively, especially the Elantra. It's got a very waggy back end. Bit like a very excited dash hound. Seeing as Stephen Phillips is watching, we might as well mention the dash hounds.
Oh.
So through here, that's super fast through there actually.
Yeah, that was very tidy, wasn't it?
It was. And then bomb hole coming up, tip it in, get yourself a little bit of curb, but no dirt.
I drive through there like that.
I know. It's like they're cheating, honestly. He's a bit off him at the minute, but he's probably lining him up for a drafting attempt. And this corner is critical, and if you don't get it absolutely nailed, you don't get any advantage. I think that was about deuce on that one.
Yeah.
Not near enough to do anything there.
You've got to be right up his tailpipe.
Yeah.
And have some, because it's a very short straight. It won't give you on the straight unless you're right up against him.
Oh, he caught him by the end of the straight though. That's where he's going to do it, when he's going to do it, if he can do it.
Yeah, but I think it was just the gap was just slightly too large. I think at that time.
Yeah, let's just jump back on board just in case we
I
miss
think
something.
if it was there when he started, because I think he had the run, didn't he? He just about had it, but
yeah, this is the racer version. Yeah,
half.
That's the racer version of giving someone a hug, I think, that he's just done. He's trying to get on the inside here, because the next turn's in his favour if he can, but he's not going to be able to do it. Valentine's doing a good job of defending. It's all nice and fair until it's not.
He's got really good nerve.
Oh, around the outside. goes Jamie Jeffrey. This is a great battle. Nice and fair
Fantastic.
and clean
Go
up to
on.
this point.
Give room, guys. Come on. Keep this going. This is awesome.
Oh, so we are now drag racing.
Wow.
You don't get any closer than that. So Valentine's trying to hold him onto the inside to stop his advantage going through this chicane. Jamie's wise to it, and Valentine's out of control. Just for a second, this is dramatic. This is
Late
brilliant.
on the brakes. Talk about late on the brakes. He almost forgot to put them on.
Yeah. Now, this is probably the closest that I've seen. No, maybe not. Jamie Jeffrey to the back of Valentine's car. Now
He just manages to pull that a few feet
Oh,
out.
look at
That's it. That's where he needs to be.
So let's have a look. We're on Jamie's dashboard at the minute, hunting down Valentine. Bonnie's might get him on the brakes here. Oh, that was contact.
Oh, what a save!
Good
Oh,
grief.
that was brilliant.
Absolutely amazing. And he's going to keep it, is he? Surely Jamie's not going to go round the outside on him. No, he's not. Well, it's a bit of a hip check.
Oh, no.
Oh, is Jamie going to wait or not? I mean, it was...
Sat into an awesome battle.
Where has Valentine ended up? I can't even find him on the screen. There he is. Just doing a bit of gardening at the side of the road. Let's watch that again. So above the cars. Jamie went round the outside here. What we got to watch is, was there racing room left? I'd say, well, yeah.
Ooh.
It's one of those racing incidents, I think, Alan, where both are on a different trajectory trying to get round and back. He's not lost too many positions, but he's probably not going to feel very happy about the situation.
I just a bit unfortunate. They were both battling hard, and neither was prepared to give an inch. And eventually, something will happen. If that they're so closely matched, and they're having a great battle there, and they both got skin in the battle, and they don't want to give up.
No, they don't.
And they were side by side. They're going around that corner. The centrifugal force throws you out sideways. You're really not. You can't control how far sideways you're going.
No, and they probably both thought that they had the racing line that they wanted. Jamie will say that he was on the grass, which he was, and Valentine will say, well, it was my line to take. And there's not much separating that argument, to be honest, because both would be actually true. As Miguel closes in on the back of Roger, who is still in 4th place, amazingly. When I say amazingly, he's fighting here with people who have a lot more experience of the car than he probably does.
They're in the pro class.
They are in the pro class.
And deservedly so. And Roger is doing very well in the pro-ams, but that's a step up for Roger.
His lap times are really respectable. 158.8 is his fastest. His last one round was a 158.82, so he's on his own pace. Miguel's not eating into that too much.
Well, he's got to pull a very good 157 to get by him, hasn't he?
He does, but we know what Miguel's like for fuel saving, so he may just be sat there
Exactly.
harvesting, as it were.
Well, he's not going to find a better wheel than Roger for that.
True,
If that's what he's doing, because Roger is, like you say, he's doing consistent, very good laps. He is, and if you want a wheel to hang on to and wants to do some consistent fast laps, then Roger's your man.
Absolutely.
And he does seem to be tucked up very nicely with him, and has been for quite a long time. And it seems to me that if Miguel wanted past him, he could get past him.
Yeah, I would say so.
He could certainly be giving him a lot harder time, but see who's coming up.
I mean,
Well within sight now.
Yeah, they're not going slowly around the track, that has to be said.
No. Well, they've got Jamie chasing them, and he's, we know how quick he is today. And he's not posed up with them yet.
No, not yet. So here comes Russell. David E says Freitas is going to show who's boss. He's not, because he's gone to the pits. and falls down the order somewhat. We need to watch where Wobbly is. This is the car to watch. He and Miguel were on the same bit of tarmac once upon a time. Miguel's moving on pit road. Here comes Wobbly, and there he goes. So Miguel's going to come out somewhere behind him, and quite a bit behind him now, actually. So maybe Wobbly was on the right strategy there, pit early. Sometimes works on tracks, sometimes does not work on tracks. But we shall see. Valentine Bonny is back in 10th place now. He was in, where was he? He was in 6th, I think, or 5th when that incident happened earlier.
Perhaps Miguel pulled off because he couldn't get past Rog. And he was being held up for too long, and he thought he needed to make a change.
Could be that. Jake Corley is the car in front of him, who has also pitted. So Miguel will be looking to make a lot of hay. Now he's got a fixed car. We don't change tyres in this series, folks. The tyres on these particular cars last just about forever, several hours. So no need to do that, but you do need fuel. They're on 35% tanks, so the fuel does not go the full distance. Unless
you're some kind of genius.
And we've seen it before. Pete Newman did it last season and won at Okayama by about a zillion years. It was quite a spectacle to watch, to be honest. Was in his first race week with us as well, just to be even more annoying. There he is, currently second of the cars that have pitted. So we really do need to see where our leaders come out in relation to these guys, as a number of cars reach the end of their fuel. So this is Roger, Jamie, David Corpus has entered pit road. That's this lap's worth of cars. There are still another 7 that have not pitted, and they start with Sam Blees. So
well, he's still got Spencer 2.5 seconds.
Yeah. Stephen Walker on his recovery drive after getting his car all bent out of shape at the beginning. It's been some misfortune in this pair of races, isn't there, Alan? Some races we normally see right at the pointy end getting muscled off the track and bent up, if you know what I mean.
Yes, but it's that time of the season, right early in the season, lots of new drivers, lots of settling in to be done, a lot of freshness to be rubbed off and a few sharp edges to be rubbed off, and people will get along and rub along nicely after this.
Yeah, I think so.
But look at Carl. He's doing a really good lap. He's racing very well. He's been consistently quick. And no big shouts, no big accidents, nothing nasty happening. Just very cool, controlled driving.
Yeah, the minute he's in 5th place, he does owe us a pit stop. Trying to see where he is in relation to other cars. I don't know where he'll end up once he's pitted. Because
no, I'm just looking. What's his time behind Roger? Can we tell that?
Time behind Rod.
Well, in front of Roger, yeah. Because
it is 21 seconds. It's a pit lane. Oh, here we go. We're going to find out now.
So, yeah, we're going to find out.
Yeah, as Valentine. No, it wasn't. It was Remy Malaberti goes round again. So 3 cars. The only 3 cars that have got the fuel on board to go for another lap are Sam Blees, Spencer McCarthy, and now 3rd place Remy Malaberti for Boots and VDS by Undercut.
Well, nice to see you. There you are, right at the front, matey.
Yeah.
Right at there, 3rd place on the podium currently. Enjoy your moment in the sun, my friend.
Yeah. In the background there was Wobbly, the first car who had pitted with Pete Newman in close company. So these guys, leading the charge for those cars that have already pitted the car. So we'll have to see where Sam, Spencer and Remy come out in relation to these guys. Probably next lap. We are 33 minutes into this 40-minute race. Only 7 minutes to go, Alan.
Only 7 minutes to go.
I know.
Can we have another half an hour?
Hmm.
I'm sure they won't mind.
No, not at all. Uh, my French isn't brilliant, so the undercut cars. Something about pitting again. Does any of them need to pit again? I don't think so.
Shouldn't do.
Just Remy Malaberti to visit pit road. And it'll probably be this lap. Where is Sam Blease? No, Sam Blease is going again, but Spencer is not. I can't. No.
How does Sam do that? How does Sam do this?
I don't know. But it'll be interesting to see where Spencer ends up, popping back out again. Wobbly is coming round the big sweep. I can never remember the name of this.
Oh, they've been chasing after them for a while.
Coram, isn't it? It's Coram. Out of the last turn, where is Spencer? Remy Malaberti pitted the car then as well. Spencer's out. Ahead of Wobbly, so that's answered that question. Remy.
He would have had that down. He would have known he was doing that and coming out with a clear gap as well.
Yeah.
Smart. Very smart.
Flashy is passed. And he was in 10th place. So Remy Malaberti has come out in 13th, maybe 14th. He's going to have Pete Van Gool behind him, which nobody wants because Pete's very, very fast.
Well, that's he'll be pleased to be there, and let's hope he can get his foot down and keep his position.
Yeah, so we've got Spencer McCarthy here, 25 seconds behind his own teammate Sam Blease, the leader of this race, with Wobbly 4.4 seconds behind him. Pete Newman in close company to Wobbly, and then fifth you'll find Dan Mould, who's having a great race. Up 3 positions from his start. I don't know that he's going to get any more because if Spencer pitted and came out in second, we can only assume that our current reigning champion, Sam Blease, out in his solar-powered Veloster, making that fuel stretch longer than anybody else, even though he's been leading the race for a while. I'm assuming he's coming in, he is. Let's see where he pops out in relation to the lead cars in this race. Kevin Daniels, he's caught the back now of David Corpus. 2 Elantras racing one another here.
I'd be surprised if Sam doesn't do the shortest stop.
It's happened before. Emmanuel Hertzi shouting for Remy Malaberti. Sam Blease is leaving pit road. Spencer is at pace and approaching turn 1, gets a tyre off.
Oh, he's trying hard here.
He is. These two may be teammates, folks. They will look like they're not once they're on the same bit of tarmac. They will thrash it. And this is going to be Stephen Walker on Flashy. These are teammates. Even though the cars don't look the same, these are in the same team.
Spectre cars.
Yeah, both Spectre 6. Stephen Walker, previous champion, hence the yellow lettering on the side plates and in the windscreen. Chasing down Flashy, who likes to try and burn my retinas by flashing his lights. Because he knows I don't like it.
Had his an outstanding season last season, and he's setting about things in the same manner this season.
Yep. Now, oddly, Spencer McCarthy is gaining on Sam Blease, and quite rapidly. So he's got, I think he's just inside the toe here at 1.4 seconds. So Sam Blease may not have this his own way. The pair of them have got a bit of grace because Wobbly is 4.5 seconds.
4.5 seconds, that's quite
nearly
a lot.
5, yeah, nearly 5 actually behind. So I think we're going to end up with a race for the lead in the next 2 minutes. So there's going to be this lap, one more, and possibly one after that. Possibly.
Oh, I could do with another 10 laps, really.
10 laps would be nice. 10 laps would be excellent. I don't think we're going to get it. Kevin Daniels has overcome, has he? Russell Cowell, yeah. He's now got Valentine Bonnie in front of him, who's on a recovery drive.
Well, I tell you what, these guys are enjoying this because this is spectacular racing. Everybody's having a good race, aren't they? Everybody's being chased or chasing.
Yeah, this is ominous for Samblees. I don't know whether he's having to still fuel save because his pit stop was significantly less than Spencer's. I think Spencer is comfortable on fuel. Comfortable on fuel. Samblees, I think, is not.
I think he's allergic to petrol.
I think he must be, yeah.
He doesn't seem to put any in his car. He drives miles without it, and then I knew he'd be on a short pit stop.
Yeah.
Yeah. He probably didn't put any fuel in, just sort of waved the can at it.
Showed it a photograph of some fuel. Spencer he's got the bit between his teeth here. These guys are not going to get round for another lap, so this is the white flag. Excuse me. They're not going to get round to start another lap, so this is our final lap around this track, folks.
Oh, look at that.
Yeah.
Streaming round.
And then Wobbly isn't really that far away at all in third.
No, but he's gapped Pete.
Yeah.
So Pete's eased off or just
look at this.
The ghost on that. These haven't given up the ghost of here. Look at this.
No, Jamie Jeffrey is fighting tooth and veritable nail to get past Jay there. We're going to have to move forward because Sam Blees, I think, unless I've got it all wrong. No, I've got it right. We're going to watch the end of a race here, Alan.
Oh, my word. Well done, Pete.
I know, shocking, isn't it? First times for everything.
Well,
so, over the line for those two.
that.
Sam Blees, cheeky, got the fastest lap on the last lap, like he often does.
Well done, Sam.
Here comes this rabble. Miguel trying to get one done on Jamie at the last death, but not quite. Oh, that was close.
Lots of flashing lights for you, Pete.
I know. That's the only acceptable time in which to activate that button.
I think there's been a bit of arranging going on here, if you ask me.
Oh, what's going on there?
Oh,
Valentine
get over the
Bonnie.
line. Get over the line, heaven's sake.
Valentine Bonnie. What a last second overtake that was. We're going to have a look at that one because that was sensational. What happened there at the end? Kevin Daniels. This must be it. Or is this after the line? No, this is it. Right, okay. Where's Valentine? There he is. So these two go round the corner together.
Oh,
Valentine. Oh, right, here we go. This is why it was all shoveled out. So Valentine's.
Oh.
Deary me. So Russell didn't
That
like
him
the
saying
fact.
hello, do you think?
I don't think it was hello. I think it was a short 4-letter word. But Russell not very happy about getting blocked on that run. I think Valentine was more than within his rights to position his car where he wished. And maintain the track position in front of him. I think the incident was the one further back at the sharp left-hander, but that was quite a dramatic end to the race. Whew. Can I have a nap now? Is it time for a nap? I don't know. Good.
Awesome
God.
stuff.
Right.
Awesome stuff.
Let's see. Let's go to a different camera a second. We shall click this. Click this. Right, so folks, in the second of tonight's races, Sam Blees won for Hydro Race Geodesic Racing with his fastest lap on the last lap, and his teammate following him home in second on the second step of the podium, Spencer McCarthy. Wobbly picked up position 3 on the podium for BSTV Pink. Pete Newman finished 4th for Result Clothing with Pure Sims. Dan Mould finished 5th. Another great result, actually. He's making a habit of that, I think, tonight. For SRL, Jay Corley, the first of the AM drivers. Yeah. I've got the right one. Yeah.
It's near Pro. It's near Pro-Am.
He's a pro-am. Yeah. What did I say?
You called him an AM.
Did I really? Well, that's just cheeky of me, really, isn't it? Yeah, finished in sixth
Demoting
place.
him.
Jamie,
Fantastic drive by Jay.
yeah,
Really.
Jay did a fantastic job there. Staying ahead of Jamie Jeffrey for that last lap was a remarkable feat. Who finished in 7th for coupes and convertibles racing on a mega recovery drive. 20 positions.
Drive.
20 positions he got in that race. Miguel Freitas finished 8th for Impulse Racing, with Roger Morton 9th, the second of tonight's AM drivers for Safeguard by Result. 10th was
Well
Flashy.
done, Rog.
Yeah, very much well done. 10th was Flashy for Spectre 6, with his teammate Stephen Walker right on his tail. In 11th, Carl Hardy finished 12th for Safeguard by Result. Remy Malaberti finished 13th for Boots and VDS by Undercut. James McRitchie finished in 14th for Asymmetric. 15th was Pete Van Gool for Result Clothing. Tony Walker finished 16th for Spectre 6. David Corpus finished 17th for Lurch's Academy. 18th was Kevin Daniels for DDK Racing. 19th was Valentine Bonney for Boots and VDS by Undercut after getting turned in an incident with Jamie Jeffrey. 20th was Russell Cowell. He's actually racing for Spectre 6. Don't know where the GTR thing came from. Loic Penalt finished 21st for Boots and VDS by Undercut. JB finished 22nd for BSTV Pink. Arnaud Chenonnier was 23rd for Air Smart Racing with his teammate Jason Haddington in 24th. David Ayres finished 25th for Result Clothing iRacing team. Stefan Goebel finished 26th in the end for VTS Esports. Chris Needham was 27th for Air Smart Racing. Andrew Littler was 28th for Work Hard by Result. Chris Dixon finished 29th for Work Hard by Result. I will fix that for next time. And Matt Flannery finished 30th, 10 laps down for Hydro Race Geodesic Racing. Whew, good grief. Right.
Yeah, it's a lot of reading and vocalising for you. A lot of reading of lists tonight, matey.
Yeah, I know. It's a bit crazy, if I'm being honest. Right, we're going to whiz it back all the way to the start of this race. Well, I'll give you something to look at during the interview phase. Right, let's find a car on track. Have we got a car on track? We're going to tootle our way forward. Oh, all right, everyone's racing, but I can't. Oh, I've got the wrong camera on, that's why. Right, okay, so let's just go back to where we were on that camera. Honestly, this will be professional the next time I do it.
Are you sure?
No, not at all. Not even slightly, actually. Can I not get back to the start of this race?
Is it broke, Pete?
SDK seems to have forgotten that there was a beginning to this race. So what we're going to do is just go from wherever SDK decides we can go from. So we're going to go from here. We'll focus on some Blees. We shall see if anybody has queued up yet to be interviewed. Oh my god! Right,
Yes.
I think we're going to be here till tomorrow. But
Perhaps you could do the new Wonder 1 minute interview.
I don't know whether that's possible with some of these guys, but we will certainly try. And tonight's first interviewee will be our current reigning champion, the feature race winner. And where did you get in the first race? Wasn't nearly as much glory in the first race. 9th place, Sam Blees. Good evening.
Evening, guys. How are you?
Evening, Sam.
We're very well. All the better for being here and doing this after a week off. It doesn't feel like a week off for me, obviously, because I'm doing everything in the background. Did you receive your trophy?
I did. Thank you. Sorry, I forgot to post. Yeah, trophy and certificates arrived separately, but yeah, thank you very much. They are pride of place in my hallway,
Right.
adorning
I
the
thought
wall.
you were going to say dustbin then.
No, not at all. I must say, Pete, you massively undersold it. It's not nearly as rubbish as I expected it to be.
Really?
Yeah.
I thought you might.
I was expecting something cobbled together out of cling film and sticky back plastic like they make on Blue Peter, but it's actually pretty good. I was impressed.
Right. Okay. Well, you'll be wanting a second one then, won't you?
I will. I've got room. I've got two more areas that a trophy would sit just nicely in.
Oh, right, okay. Well, there's a red rag to everybody. So talk us through your first race, because that was a bit of a hard fought effort, wasn't it? The first few turns weren't in your favour.
No, yeah, I don't know if people are a bit rusty or if it was just two sort of slightly clumsy racing incidents. So the first one, Wobbly went up the inside of Jamie. It was late. It was probably a bit rude. And then Jamie sort of turned in as if he wasn't there. There wasn't enough room, and they came together. And Jamie came off worse there. And it wasn't anything intentional. It wasn't anyone's like deliberate fault.
Yeah.
But it was just clumsy, I think, and racing incident. And then 2 quarters later, I did the exact same thing to Wobbly. I go up the inside. He comes over a bit late, and he sort of takes this weird line, so that by the time I'm there, I could have turned the corner, but because of where he is, I have to take it much tighter than would be normal.
Right.
I was way committed by that point, so we came together as well, and yeah, it chucked me down to like, I don't know, 14th or 15th or something, and managed to get back up to 9th by the end of it. So it was good fun racing through, and got to race against some of the new guys, which is always good to see. And then yeah, gave me a decent starting grid. Cleared a couple of people by lap 2, and was able to sort of control things for the rest of the race in race 2.
Yeah, I think this track, because it's not part of the official schedule, this was gifted to us as the AM Champions Choice by Tony Walker. I think people might be rusty because of that as well. They're not racing it in the officials this week, are they? So they won't be fully practiced on the track.
Yeah, potentially. I mean, there's been a lot of people doing a lot of practice, but practice and race practice are different. And usually, by this point, a lot of us have done an official.
Yes, true.
On the track, so you know where you can pass, you know where you're quick, you know where your car feels good, and you know where you're rusty. And no one's done that. Some people have done officials, but not on this track, so it's different.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think that's probably a very good point, and I think that likely plays a part of it as well. I mean, the other thing, it is a tight track, and there were 30 cars out here today.
Yes.
So some incidents were inevitable, but from what I saw, it was all good. What did go wrong was taken in good humour, and it was good fun to be a part of again. Can't wait for next week.
I know. Next week, I can't even remember. I only did the schedule the other day as well. Sebring. Ooh, that's always a good track, isn't it? We like Sebring, don't we, Alan?
Yes, I like Sebring a lot.
Yeah, it's good.
I didn't like it very much last time I was there because it pissed it down.
Rain.
Hopefully not in these though, because we've only got slicks.
Yeah. Well, that'll be an interesting one if we do. Anyway, so yeah, second race. Were you a bit marginal on fuel at the end? Because Spencer was catching you very quick.
No, I was saving all of the first stint, but I just made a couple of mistakes. So when I was saving, I was like 3 or 4 tenths slower than him, and that was fine. I was managing that gap, but then I just kept making clumsy mistakes and losing like a second at a time.
Right.
So yeah, I did save a lot of fuel. I pitted 2 laps from the end, only took 4 litres, so I had the shortest stop. But I had enough to go quick at the end, and I think I took fastest lap. It was right on the borderline. Me, Spencer, and Wobbly were all going for it, and we were all within. Well, me and Wobbly were exactly 100th apart.
Yes, and Spencer did a 157.94. Wobbly did a 157.96.
Yeah, and I was an 8.6.
Yeah.
And Jay did a 9.5 as well.
It's just unreal, isn't it? So many fast drivers, and now you've got some other ones that are pressuring just behind that lead group at the minute. So Valentine, Bonnie got a bit muscled out by Jamie Jeffrey in the second race, but he's done very well in the first one, 6th place. He's in the chat at the minute with Russell. Can't think why. But we'll skip straight past that massive gap in the broadcast. We'll make sure it's not there in the live, in the recorded one. But no, great start to your campaign, really. 9th in the first race. You probably wanted to have hoped for better, but you can't argue with the top of the podium in the second one. You'll have to see how much plasticware is what I'm going to call it. You can get on your mantelpiece because you've started off in fine fettle.
Yeah, no, I'll start planning the mantelpiece extension, shall I?
Yeah. Anybody you want to shout out to before we let you go and start doing some practice for Sebring?
Yeah, I want to say thanks to everyone who came out. It's great to see so many cars on the grid. Great to see so many new faces, and there was always going to be incidents. There always is, but that's why we're here to do it in a friendly way and have fun, and hope everyone enjoyed themselves. I want to particularly shout out Dan Mould. Great to see him back and cracking result, fifth in that second race. I think he was running the fixed set because that's what he normally runs, but. I mean, if he's doing that on the fixed set, we're in trouble if he starts figuring out some open setups.
Shocking, isn't it?
And Jay, I think we might have misclassified Jay. Where's that pace come from? Coming in sixth in that race and less than a tenth off best lap. So, yeah, really good to see. Really good to see some really solid pace from the new guys. And, here's to another cracking season.
Yeah, the only thing I can think with Jay is that he lives at Snetterton.
No, he's been doing it at Summit Point in officials as well today.
Has he? Oh my god!
Yeah, I don't know what he's been eating his Weetabix over week 13 or something, but yeah, no, he's been flying everywhere this week. So
nice.
Yeah, that's
good
on him. Good to see.
Well, great to see you back with us, defending your title yet again, and in spectacular fashion. Sam Blees.
Yeah.
Cheers, guys. Thank you very much. See you soon.
Right then, next on the list, it makes me sad that I have to do this, which is interview Wobbly, who miraculously finished first in the first race. Where did you finish in the second one? Third. So a double podium in a car that you only got into earlier this week.
You're correct.
I'm always correct.
No, you're not. This is like the first time you summarized the race properly.
Well, just roll with the punches, you know. So, the Audi looked blistering in the practice session that you did while I was fighting with the website the other night. You've clearly proven that it's super fast in the first race. Second race, was that to do with fuel or the strategy?
No, I think I overheated the tires a little bit. I mean, I saw the 15th, so I had to get through the pack, and then the netcode gods decided that I needed to kill Russ, so I did. No, I left him enough room, and then I got a smack on the rear by netcode. I was kind of surprised by the hit at first,
right?
And I rewatched it, and I just put my foot down, to avoid the spin, and that caused him to get into the wall, and then my car was all bent up. I don't know why, but the right front was broken, and I think that Valentine hit like zero contacted me, and that gave me like my rear bump was completely broken.
Oh, that wasn't on our view.
Oh well, it is on my view.
Okay. You don't feel bad for being wrong though.
No, it's fine, mate. Like the bumper on Daytona, you remember?
Yeah. No, that never happened. That didn't happen. No, it wasn't on my screen. Anyway,
so I had a bit of damage in the beginning, and then I figured that Sam and Spencer were out too far for me to catch up. Right. Just went safe on fuel, and somehow ended up in front of Pete Newman because he had pretty good pace, and he did fall off a little bit in the end, but I think that's just experience. At least I think he doesn't really drive the TCR that much.
No, probably not.
No, so I think he will get the hang of it later on. But I couldn't really do the lap times I wanted, but it was still okay. I could never catch up with Sam and Spence because I was like 6 or 7 seconds behind, and they were safing, and I had to fuel fully, completely. So in the end, I think third place for the second race was a really good result. Almost the maximum amount I could get, I think. And then all three of us went for the fastest lap at the last lap. But yeah, Sam got it.
Sam got it, yeah, but not by much.
No, we're all super close.
Yeah. So a little bit of vomit rises up when I say this. I think you're going to be top of the leaderboard.
Why not for long? Because I won't be able to do the whole season. But like if I would be fighting for the championship, this would be a good start.
It would.
Yeah.
And the first race was really fun. And shout out to like Jamie Jeffries. He did a blistering qualifying lap. We did contact, obviously. I think it was 50-50, to be honest. I was already there, and he turned in on me, and I didn't really notice contacting him. I just saw the car sliding away, and but it was kind of similar what happened with me and Sam.
Right.
I left I left the smallest amount of margin, and I could have left 5 centimeters more, and then it would have been fine, and Sam and Spencer wouldn't have collided. So, yeah, we already like reviewing it, and I already instantly said, well, maybe that's on me.
Yeah.
And with Jamie, yeah, that was. I think that was more. I was more side by side by him than me and Sam were. So that was just one of those first lap things, I guess.
Right.
But yeah, still I haven't got the hang of the starting with the Audi, but it feels good. And yeah, it's fun. I mean, we're like 3 or 4 Audis in the field and 1, so that's good, I guess.
Pete Newman's just thanked you in the Discord chat for towing him around.
Yeah, but he had really good pace. I mean, I did see that he didn't really make a move on overtaking me, but in the end, I wasn't really looking at the mirror because I felt like I had overspeed. But yeah, he did it. Honestly, he was really quick. And it's good to see that. I don't know him. But it's good to see that he's here and that he's probably gonna mingle later on in the season.
Awesome. Well, that's good. So, no, it's not. We're at Snetterton now. Sebring next week, which everybody usually loves. And I know you like that track because I've asked you this before. Do you think the Audi's going to be as competitive there? I mean, it's not too dissimilar, really, is it? Snetterton 300 and Sebring, lots of very fast straights, very heavy braking zones. It's not miles apart, is it?
Honestly, I don't know because I mean, you know how I picked the Audi. I mean, that conversation was, oh, only Steven is in the Audi. Okay, hell, then I'm gonna pick the Audi, and then that's so I don't have a clue. I'm actually gonna be there. Yeah, I'm gonna be there.
Okay.
Oh, good.
Because I have a taper week for a race between the marathon thingy.
Oh, yeah, okay. What Wobbly likes to do lots of running about. It's got
My son runs marathons.
Right. Yeah.
I mean,
Yes, I understand. I don't understand it.
No, it's for weirdos, isn't it? Really.
I mean, I'm pretty good at it.
People like it. People like it. They enjoy
No,
doing
it's not. No, you shouldn't like it. You should die while you're doing it.
I think
And then
that's-
after you finish, you're like, hell yeah, I did a good job.
Yeah.
I want to know what's wrong with just sitting down, and savouring the world.
Why are you telling everybody that you're just only sitting down? Because what did you do?
What?
I mean, recently you went for a run.
No, shh. Just don't tell
So
anyone.
don't tell anyone that they shouldn't be running because you're trying to lose weight.
Shh. That was never said. I'm going to cut that out when we actually put this on YouTube, so don't worry about that. Anyway, great results. First and third. I think you are going to be top of the championship, which makes me a little bit ill. And stands you in good stead if you were to have done all the races, but you're not going to, so oh well.
No.
But do you want to shout out to anybody? Obviously, me and Alan immediately for your race results tonight.
Well, Pete Bingham.
Yeah.
No shout out for you, but for Alan, obviously, because he's the only decent commentator in this room. Oh, that's not true, because there are actually 2. High five, Alan. Woo! And the other guys are turning up. Again, I'm sorry for Jamie that we tangled because he was showing really good pace. I think he had a better outing in the second race as well. JB for being a teammate, and Russ for almost trying to kill me on the straight as well, but he didn't realize that.
Okay then.
Because it's Russ. Oh, by the way, one question: can we change Flashy to Matt Elmore?
No.
Because
why?
otherwise because he really wants to.
Does
Another,
he
yeah,
doesn't want to be flashy anymore.
No, but in return, we can call Russell Racing.
Oh,
We're
okay.
racing.
All right.
So Russell is out, but Racing is back,
Yeah.
and Flashy is now Matt Elmore.
Okay then. I'll sort that for next week.
Okay, cool.
Cool. All right. That's a brilliant pair of results for Wobbly, everybody.
Bye.
Yay!
And he's gone. He's flushed himself this time. Saves me a job. Anyway, right. So next in, we get to we now get to speak to one of the nicest people that we ever speak to, Alan. Miguel Freitas. Good evening.
Hello, good evening.
Good evening, Miguel.
Yeah, so what's it like in Portugal? It's bleeding freezing in the UK.
Today was quite sunny, actually, so it was nice.
Right, okay. Me and Alan are still waiting for our invites to your holiday villa.
In a couple of months in the middle of the summer, it will be better.
All right, okay, fair enough. Hopefully you got your certificate for your finishing position last season through the post. Hopefully it arrived in Porto to you.
Not yet.
What?
I'm still waiting.
The Royal Mail service is just terrible. Anyway, that is winging its way to you, and obviously you'll have to find pride of place somewhere out of the sun, because it won't take long to bleach the ink off that one for your certificate to arrive. But tonight you had a brilliant race one. Weren't able to overcome Wobbly, but you finished in second place. In the second of tonight's races, you finished 8th. We saw that you were... who were you following? You were following Roger around a lot in that second race. Were you fuel saving, or were you actually struggling with the Civic in terms of the Elantra Civic imbalance?
No, I was actually fuel saving a little bit, but then it didn't work out because I had a bug in the pits, and I lost like 5 seconds to get the car started. So everything that I saved in time refueling, I lost in starting the car.
Joking. Oh, well, that's not going to work. Well, hopefully Sebring will bring you better fortunes then. But your first race, you were right on the pace. You kept with Wobbly nearly the entire race there. He didn't finish much ahead of you, just 0.3 of a second. So you clearly had the pace if you wanted to. Does it bode well for the rest of the season, given the fact that you finished second in one of the races tonight? I think it must do, right?
Yeah, I'm very happy with the first race. I qualified like 6th or something like that. I got into the crash on the second corner.
Yeah, we saw
and then on third or fourth corner there is another crash and I'm P2 all of a sudden. So I was, what is happening?
Yeah.
But yeah, from then on I had damage and I still was on pace, so I was quite happy with that. And then we've made a super aggressive move, but a very nice overtake.
That's not like Weaver, is it? No, of course not.
But yeah, it was nice. Tonight the race was aggressive, I think, because of the track. Because if someone knows how to defend, there is no way other ones can go around. So
no, it's true. Yeah, it's a narrow track. It's perfectly flat, so there's no advantage in terms of someone's power going uphill or downhill. And it's not one of the official tracks for this season. This is a champion's choice, and there's going to be a lot of people rusty to this track because they have been doing the official one, which was it was Summit Point, wasn't it? But it's great to see you back with us in the league. Hopefully you can give Sam Blease another run for his money in this season. Last season was brilliant to watch at the end. It was just such a good race season that. Anybody you want to shout out to before we let you start going and practicing for Sebring?
Yeah, my team again, and you guys for being here, and everyone for racing. Tonight I want thank Wobbly for the setup because I made it myself. So I'm very happy with it. But yeah, it was again a really nice race, and yeah, if all the races are like these ones today, we will have a great championship.
Yeah, we certainly will. Always fantastic to speak to you. Go on, Alan.
No, it's well said, because it has been a fantastic start to the season, and we love to watch you racing, Miguel. So we're just delighted to see you here.
Thank you.
Awesome stuff, and we will see you next time out. Miguel Freitas, everybody.
See ya.
Cool, right. Who are we going to bring in next? We are going to bring in... has Spencer stopped sharing his screen? Yes, Spencer has stopped sharing his screen now. They're obviously autopsying something along the way. Let me find Spencer. Good evening, Spencer.
Good evening.
Good evening. Yes.
Good evening. Yeah, no, I knew that I was sharing my screen, and I'm like, come on, Pete's not going to be happy with me because he wants to drag me up here because it's like the first time in ages I've actually been anywhere in a race. So he wants to grab me up, and I'm like, everyone keeps saying, no, can you go to lap so and so, and I want to see this. And I'm like, okay, yeah.
Well,
Everyone.
I think you were pretty northern for both races. Fourth in the first race, and second in the second race. Kept your nose clean, unlike a lot of other people in that second race. And in the first one, there was some tears along the way there, I think.
Yeah.
It's quite a challenging league this season, isn't it?
It is another influx of newbies. Yeah, no, it's really good.
Yeah, they keep being fast newbies.
Yeah.
It's good that we're attracting them. It's giving you something to race against for certain.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And we saw you. You'd already passed about 6 cars in the first 3 corners in that second race. I think that it was.
Yeah, I think I'd done 6 or 7 at the end of the first lap, and then I lost it going around T3, and then dropped 2 again, and I had to. I've affectionately renamed James McRitchie to Rich T.
Yeah.
Because I think that's the right way of going. And then so I did around the outside at T1 1 lap, which was great, and then I think because Pete Newman was a couple of cars behind, then I lost it, let him through and Pete Newman through. Then I went past went past Rich T again into T1, around the outside again. This time he put up more of a fight, which was good. So we had a proper 2x2 around there, and then Pete Newman did the same thing I did on T3. A couple of laps later, let me back through again. So all was fair in the end. But and then I just got my head down and tried to, Well, Sam was already way down the road, so I was just trying to, sort of catch him really and see what could be done. He was saving a bit of fuel, but I don't think he really made too much of an advantage.
You were catching
in that race.
Him,
so
once you came out of the pits in that second race, you were catching him hand over fist for about a lap and a half.
About a lap and a half.
A whole second out of him. So you've clearly got the pace in that Veloster this season. Why the change to the Veloster for the pair of you, by the way?
I just wanted to go back to it because I just wanted to start enjoying what I was doing again. I've done a couple of seasons in the Honda. Season in the Elantra. Since I last drove the Veloster, and the Veloster for me is just like putting on a glove. I don't know why. It's one of those cars you can drive with the brake pedal and the accelerator. You can drive it with your feet, as opposed to the Elantra is one of those cars that you've got to get all your braking done and then get off the brakes when you're turning in. It's like, so you're not allowed to use that pedal in the corners, if that makes sense. So whereas this car, you can actually play with it a bit more, I think, which might suit me a little bit more. And I definitely got a better feel for what the car's doing. So
no, it's good insight actually, isn't it, Alan? Because
it's very interesting to Spencer's talking about it, because it's not easy thing to put your finger on it. These indefinable differences, and they do have differences, and
I find with the Velocity, there's a one of those cars. It's on a neutral throttle. It rotates well and it kind of goes well. So it's all about once you get the corner entries right and the rotation right, and you don't over rotate and slide, which I did once tonight, and I saw a couple of others do it. It's a quick car, but I think it's one of those ones that once you get that balance right, you're quick with it. But until that point, maybe it's a little bit of a struggle. But because sometimes it can over rotate
some tracks as well, doesn't it? It really shine at some circuits.
It does. So for me, it was about enjoying the season. I've still time limited, so it was managed to get a bit of practice in last night. Did a nice practice race with Steve and the guys last night, and that was good fun. Gave me a bit of confidence, so it was good.
No, that's cool. Hopefully you'll be able to do enough races to get yourself to the pointy end. I know that's not often the case for you because you've got other commitments.
We're not going away. I'm not going away at Easter, which is sometimes what we normally do. So that's fine. But I will be moving back into the house at some point during this season, I hope.
Yeah.
Sometime over the next 3 months, hopefully be back into my house again. So so there'll be a bit of a rig move going on. Hopefully I can time that well. But hopefully I won't have to drop around. But we'll see.
Yeah.
That's a pleasing prospect, isn't it? Because we look forward to watching your race, and if you could make a real stab at the championship one year, that would be great, wouldn't it?
Yeah, I would like to. It's about time I tried to get something
I'd
under
like to see that colour on
Yeah.
your label.
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
Still the fastest driver not to have won this championship, in my opinion. But hopefully you get the opportunity this time. Maybe you can get Wobbly to nerf Sam off the track and do you a favour at some point. Or something.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see.
Yeah, but great watching you race. Sebring is the next destination. Most people like Sebring, right?
Yeah, it's good fun.
Yeah.
Good fun track. Yeah, we'll see how it goes. There's a couple of decent straights there, so be interesting to see what the Audi's like down there. I think we've got some nice quick people in the Audi this season, so
Yeah.
I think it is a quick car at the right track. Yeah, it's all about the gearing, isn't it? You know, there's a couple of corners around here tonight that I don't think quite suited the gearing.
Right.
Whereas you get a couple of corners where, you know, there's that right corner or that good corner just before that long straight, and the Audi can just disappear. So
Yeah.
it's the rev range on the Audi. So yeah, let's see how it goes. Looking forward to it.
Anybody you want to shout out to before we let you go?
Not really. No.
Classic.
Start of a season. I mean, you know,
Yeah.
I'm not gonna. I can't put it all out there on the first interview,
No, you
right?
gotta save it,
you know,
gotta save
got to
it.
save it. You know, let's just start off with the web developers out there.
Excellent.
You know, sorting out the website that we've got, and you know, the account pages, and you know, the enrollment and PayPal and all these sort of people. Thanks very much.
Starting right at the very earth of the exercise. I like it.
Yeah.
But yeah, honestly, fastest driver not yet to have crowned this series. Spencer McCarthy, everybody.
Cheers, guys.
Good night.
Right, next in, and before he disappears, because we want to do some more shameless plugging of the SRL League, is Dan Mould. Good evening.
I did not know I was in the interview waiting room.
Well, you've been
I
done,
was just chatting to the boys.
We're doing brilliantly. We're absolutely knackered from watching you guys racing. That was probably, I mean, there was 30 cars on a narrow track, on a track that isn't on the schedule because it's a AM Champions choice, Tony Walker's choice. And it gave us quite a lot of entertainment. Some of it brilliant, and some of it, we'll resolve it when we get in a chat somewhere, you know. But you're no stranger to any of that because you're very similar to me. You organise, run leagues, have them broadcasted. It's a good challenge, and you've done really well tonight. You did 8th place in the first race, 5th place in the second race.
Slow down in first race.
Okay, and there was a few people got caught. Was it the right-hander?
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
the right-hander. I knew straight away I took in too much of the curb. I was just being greedy.
Well, greedy's good if it works. It's terrible if it doesn't. But yeah, you gambled on it. It didn't play off for you in that first race, but you followed Pete Newman home in the second race. Got yourself a bag full of points. You'll be probably in the top 5 or 6 once all the points flush themselves out, I would think, or thereabouts anyway. Did you have fun? That's the main thing. That's what this is all about.
Yeah, I think that. Yeah, the first few laps were fun, and then once obviously the field, starts to split up, and it's just a case of. I was just lapping, and I was running the fixed setup, so I knew I had no pace.
Yeah, Sam Blease said this, and I'm stunned that you are on a fixed. Sam shares his Velocity setups. Or usually does. Some of them are a bit wild because I used to take them and try and race with them, and often died, as Alan well knows. But he's very generous with his setup sharing. So I mean, give that a whirl. See if how that works for you.
I did, and this is why I messaged you, because I give it a go. I give it a go. I had 15 minutes, and I just felt like I would have been a nightmare on track. And I was like, I'm not gonna bother doing it because there's 30 guys in this league, and I don't want to be causing incidents, with being a newcomer. Right. So I did actually back out. And I thought, nah. And then my mate said to me, "Why don't you just run the sprint?" You know it. I was like, "Yeah, you know what? I will," because no matter how quick you are in the league, anything can happen, as we saw in this one. So,
yeah, too right.
But yeah, I'm gonna obviously, because you guys follow the officials, so next week I will be able to get hold of a setup, whether it be Sam's or whoever's, or whether it would be one of the VRS that I pay for. But I'm hoping that next week I'll be on pace. I need to. I'm never going to fuel save. I'm not my pedal does not lift. My pedal just goes to the floor. So I'm not fuel saving. So I think my goal is to try and do as best as I can in race 1. Maybe top 3 or top 5, and the second race is just a case of just trying to finish as high up as I can. But this fuel saving is not for me yet. It may come, but at the moment it's not something that I've ever done, ever want to do. But like I say, with it being quite a competitive field, I may have to start divulging in a bit of fuel saving.
Well, it won't hurt in many different ways. It's good to learn new things, right? And we've had people in here before that only do go. They only do the pedal on the right. And they've done very, very well. Fuel saving is a feature sometimes. We've only had a couple of tracks ever that fuel saving has been the choice to make, or zero stopping, which we've seen only a couple of times and only once worked properly. Speak to Pete Newman about that. But yeah, it was great having you back in the league. You're no stranger to this. You're not a newbie necessarily. You're just a returning driver. You're a very familiar name in these leagues. We're going to do some shameless plug-in for SRL now, mate. So
thank you, mate. We don't have to,
on the screen. So it's on the screen now. So you're back racing from the 22nd of March, right? Tell everybody that's watching about it. You got half a dozen people. No, you got quite a few. You got 20 at the minute.
Yeah. So from the 22nd, we're going to host 3 weeks of free races for anyone to join in, up to 40. I think the number's now hitting mid 35. That I've put the name down. We've got a new commentator who's going to step in, so it's going to be a little bit of a tester for him. And then on the back of that, we'll be starting the new SRL TCR league that we've run this league, Pete, since the Project Car 1 days on Xbox. So it's something that we've just done on a Friday as a bunch of mates, and then it's just progressed and got bigger and bigger when we came to PC and iRacing. So it's a very relaxed league. It's a bit like this one, really. We all have a laugh. We all sit in the same chat. We have a bit of banter. We do have some basic rules, and it's just a case of just turn up, race with respect, and then we'll have a good time. We're never going to be one of these leagues where we've got pages of rules, and we're going to scrutinize incidents.
Honestly.
We're not going to do that. If you are a bit of an idiot, you won't race. Simple as that.
You won't be invited back, and you may be told to find somewhere else to be. Yeah, absolutely right. Yeah.
We all go work. We've all got our different jobs, and we've all got a hobby. And the mindset with us guys is we're there to put on a platform for you guys to enjoy your hobby, and that's all we want. So if they come in and can do that and can respect us and respect others around them, then we can't see why everyone can't have a good night racing.
Absolutely.
Same with this league as well. Same with the it's a very similar setup.
Yep. And like I said in the broadcast, we race on different nights. We support one another. So if you are a racer and you want to race in a league with a great sense of community, then SRL.
Good drivers as well.
Yeah, absolutely. Well said.
Good drivers, and Dan's on that. Those fixed setups, they're quite good, but you need to be a good driver to get that kind of pace out of them, Dan.
Yeah.
You did really well,
Thanks, Alan. Thanks.
And look forward to seeing you with us.
Mate. He didn't feel fast. Without sounding big-headed and without having an ego, but when you are fighting up the top, maybe top 3, top 5, when you're that far off the pace, and I'm going to say this because he's a mate, and he won't take this the wrong way, but when you've got Jay Corley hunting you down, right, something's certainly wrong.
Yeah, but Jay,
I'm only joking. No, I know. I'm not going to take it away
he?
from him. He's become a very fast racer, but I am not used to seeing Jay Corley relative go lower and lower. So I need to do something about it. But no, I appreciate the words. It is a good setup, but when you've got It's some class drivers in this league. Absolutely.
Yeah, no,
amazing
that's what I
drivers.
think. To actually hold a 5th place with the guys you got around you is that's a formidable drive. I think you did very well.
All you have to
Thank
do is,
you, mate.
yeah, all you have to do is look down the I rating of. I don't know how far I need to go down this league, to be honest. So 6.2k, 6k, 6.1, 5.9. You're at 6.1, 6.4, 4, 5.3.
Yeah,
4.8.
yeah.
Good grief! I can't even count as
Well,
high
the
as some
thing
of
is
these.
as well, Pete. There's drivers who the same as our league.
Just
We've
do
got
leagues.
we,
Yeah, yeah.
we've got John's I think 1.8k. He isn't a 1.8k driver in the TCR.
No,
Not a chance.
Jamie Jeffrey, who was
Jamie
absolute-
Jeffries, yeah, he was lightning tonight.
Where's his 1.9? There's no way he's 1.9.
No. But fair play to them.
Yeah.
I personally prefer league racing.
Yeah.
It's
It feels
it's-
better, doesn't it?
Feels better. There's a lot more respect. When you race with respect, you can still race hard. You can still race aggressively with someone who respects you and you respect them.
Yes.
And you don't tend to get that in the officials as much. Where if you're part of a community or communities, people know your name. Most of the time the racing's bang on, and this is why league racing is so good in iRacing.
It's kind of reliable, isn't it?
Yeah, and
Yeah.
iRacing should support it more, to be fair, but they don't.
No, true. They should, absolutely. I mean, the difference is, without going down the mine of this, we could talk about this for hours, I'm pretty sure. An official race, you turn up, you're not likely to see too many of those guys again. You don't need to invest in it because you're not coming back to race exactly the same guys next week. It doesn't contribute to a long series of points contribution, and leagues do, and therefore it's a completely different mindset. You can't just ram it through a field full of cars in a league like this. You will be asked to find a new opportunity in another league somewhere else with lower standards, and it's just a great community. And SRL is no different. So, like I said before, get yourselves signed up if you love TCR racing. That SRL league is back on the 22nd of March for three races this time round, and more to come at some point in the future. And Dan Mould leads the way with that, and you're a great guy to have with us. Anybody you want to shout out to before we let you go and start practicing for Sebring on a fixed sail?
Everyone who's raced tonight, the guys in SRL, and you two obviously I know what it's like to put the time in. You two spend your time on a Wednesday evening commentating. I know you put hours and hours in the league, and it's highly appreciated because as a league organizer I understand it, but as a contestant of your league I appreciate it. So yeah, thank you very much to you and everybody else who's involved in the background.
Thank you very much. Very kind words.
Thank you.
And what a spectacular performance tonight. Dan Mould, everybody.
Bye.
Yeah, good night, Dan. Well done.
Cool, right. And then last in line, if he comes off mute. So he's currently muted. Don't know whether he's going to unmute. He is. We've got Jay Corley. Good evening.
Yay!
Good evening. How are we today?
We are very good. I'm going to find you on the stream.
Lost in admiration, Jay. Absolutely lost in admiration, my friend.
So, who was driving your car then?
You know what? I'm not a man who tells his secrets.
Well, you can't even fake it, can you? Because you were streaming it.
Oh yeah, true.
So, you're in Pro-Am this season, which is a change from last season.
Yep.
We've given lots of people things to race for, if that makes sense. You've shone like a bright light in both races tonight. 5th in the first race, and 6th in the second race. I think Pro-Am is yours to throw away right now. Yes, it's the very beginning of this season, but what a great pair of performances. Where did that pace come from? Alan wants to know. I don't care.
I tell you what, I wish I knew. This week has honestly been one of my best weeks of racing ever on iRacing.
Oh.
The officials at Summit Point, everything has just pace personified. I'm hoping that I don't get called to the stewards because it might be that secret fuel I've been putting in.
Oh.
But it's I I honestly think this pace might go by week 2, but if it doesn't, then I am very excited to see what I achieve this season.
Yeah, totally. All the people that finished in the top 3 places in whichever class they were in last season got a wonderful certificate with a nice gold sticker on. And I know, isn't it? It's one of those. What was that show? Was it the Fast Show where he used to rub his pants? It's one of those situations, isn't it? You know, you've got to get one. They're going to be a collector's item, never. But you might want one. So your paint scheme for this season, talk us through that, because that's a bit different.
Yes, so I don't usually race for any teams at all. I've always been a privateer everywhere I've gone, and last season I was just thinking I might need to spice up leagues for next season. I offered myself out. I was just like, look, if anyone has a team, because I'd quite like to not just fight for myself, but perhaps experience fighting with a team as well. And I put my name out there, and Carl was actually very quick and very kind to talk over with me what is expected and stuff like that. You know, giving away secrets and all the setups and, you know, performance enhance and good stuff. But
Britpacks.com.
But no, he's
Performance
invited me in.
enhancing pies.
Funny
Well,
stuff.
it's great to see.
Who
It's
doesn't have a
great
pie?
to see result out there. Where you were today was fantastic. It was exciting for me. Let me tell you.
Yeah,
Loud and proud at the front there.
like racing for a team, I thought, you know what, let's give it a go this season. And the guys have been absolutely great, every single one of them. And I'm looking forward to that challenge, as well as pushing myself to see if I can maybe upset a few more pros as well along the way.
Good on you. Yeah.
If you finish where you've been finishing in these 2 races, then you're going to do that in spadefuls. We saw you in the thick of battle pretty much both races 100% of the time. You didn't end up in a bit of free space for very long, did you?
No, the second race was I had to sort of think a bit more tactical. I had Miguel in at the front of me, and I was sort of going to try and base myself on when he was going to pit. First race was just absolutely fantastic view of everything that was going on in the front. I'm sure you guys saw it as well.
Yeah.
Just like the first 5 and then me, but the first 5 just absolutely putting on a hell of a show for me. I was just sitting back, ready to poach a place if needed. But as they're all pros, me and Pro AM, I was just like, just let them all race. If something comes up, I'll take it, but I'll keep close enough just to keep things a bit interesting. Second race, I had a personal goal. I just wanted to beat Miguel. I wanted to be the top Honda for once. And when I passed him off the pits, you should have seen my face. It was ace sight. But no, it was very close to the end. Himself and Jeffrey as well absolutely stuck to the back of me. And then I had Dan in front, which me and Dan have raced in various leagues like throughout the seasons and stuff. So it's nice to actually have a battle with him. For once, because I don't really get that opportunity too often. So it's just been a really, really good evening, and I couldn't have asked for anything more, really.
Well, hopefully there's 11 more of those evenings to come this season. The next one's Sebring, and nearly everybody likes Sebring in some way, shape or form. Hopefully you do as well.
I think it's a great track for a lot of cars and high participation. Fantastic for multi-class. I'm very 50-50 in performances there, so it'll be interesting to see how we get along. A lot of these open tracks, I don't normally have the pace of others, but that's something that I'm just going to try and improve on this season. We'll see how I get on with that, especially with a week like this week.
It's a tough thing with this car, because half of the art with this car is not being impatient.
Oh, absolutely.
Isn't it? And taking your time, and that's the hard thing to actually do. And a track like Sebring, you need to be patient.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, the participation for TCR for the officials this week has been absolutely incredible. We're talking like 3-4 splits, which even for a lot of the base content tracks you don't get. Sebring might see a little bit of a dive there, most dive in participation, because obviously it is a paid track, but hopefully with this week and people watching this broadcast and everything else that the TCR community has to bring, I think this could be the season of the TCR, especially with the officials rebrand as well. Hopefully for people who are going to start noticing the leagues like this one. This honestly one of the best leagues I've ever raced in, so I keep on trying to spread the word of that. And Yeah, Sebring, I think with the multi-class racing that goes on the weekends as well, we could start to see a completely new wave of people coming in and discovering this absolutely amazing series.
Oh, well, that'd be fantastic.
If what you say
Loving
is,
that enthusiasm, that positive attitude, that's gorgeous. I'm bathing in it.
you might end up with a certificate and a gold sticker on it just for that. I'm just gonna keep playing that over and over on loop for the next.
If you have any spare gold
15
stickers, I'll
weeks.
happily take 2 on there. No, it's too soon to talk about the certificates at the end of the season because there's a lot of very quick people in Pro Am, a lot of people who sort of missed out tonight or were involved in very unfortunate and sometimes freak accidents as well.
There's a couple of them knocking about.
Yeah,
You
as well as
said
it's
freak
gone.
accidents. Thought you were referring to freaks. I thought you were talking about wobbly, but never mind. We'll stride.
Not in
swiftly
public.
past that.
I'd never say that in public.
I would. Anyway, we hope that you have equally, if not better, performances in following weeks. The start of which will be Sebring next time. Anybody you want to have a shout out to before we let you go?
Everything that you guys do is absolutely incredible. People come in who watch the streams that I do for while these are going on. Everyone's always asking for the links and stuff like that. So thank you for the show that you lot put on. And season 16, it's no other reason that it's season 16 apart from all of the organisation, all of the turnouts, and it's just an absolutely amazing league to race in. That, as well as, of course, results as well for letting me drive for them. It's awesome to be part of a team. Thank you for giving me that experience. And then finally, everybody who I've battled with tonight, probably the other 29 drivers, I think I've battled with everyone at least once at some point tonight. So it's been an absolute pleasure.
Yeah, well, thank you for your very kind words. I'm usually battling with the pace car when I'm on track. Alan's sometimes ahead of me.
Go on, Alan, get him.
Yeah, totally. We really do look forward to you racing with us all these races this season, hopefully. And I'll be watching your stream later this evening. Jay Corley.
Thank you very much, guys.
Indeed. Yes, lovely words as well. Very nice.
No problem at all. Thank you, guys. Have a great evening.
Wasn't that lovely?
Yeah, what a great guy. Can't have too many people like that in your league, and we've got an abundance of them. But he is such a nice bloke. He's like almost the British version of Miguel, if you know what I mean.
Yes, beautiful. We've gifted this some very, very. I don't know what it is, but we attract really nice people, obeying, mannered, gentle, but fierce competitors.
Yeah,
but in every bit in the right way.
Yeah, it's a balance, isn't it? And there's so many balanced people in this league that can, speak to one another as mature adults, even when things go slightly awry. And
they can get heated,
Oh yeah,
I mean,
it's passion, isn't it? It's passion.
But people deal with it with considerable maturity.
Yeah.
And it's a very fine thing. And it's not everywhere. So, and the other thing is, I don't think people take it for granted. And I think you're getting a reputation. You build a reputation. People notice 16 seasons.
Yeah, they do. And tonight, 30 people will recognise season 16, and they fought tooth and nail for it. I think Wobbly's going to end up being top of the pile unless he's got a whole bag full of incident points that we don't know about. It pains me to say that he's going to be the leader of our championship.
Well, he did brilliantly well.
He did brilliantly well. Annoying, isn't it? But yeah, I think this season's shaping up to be quite a dramatic affair.
Well, it's going to have to go to be as good as last season.
Oh yeah.
But we've really set off in exactly the perfect light, haven't we? Goodness me.
We definitely have, yeah. And don't forget, folks, that SRL League is there on a Friday for you if you need something to do on a Friday. And if you enjoy racing in leagues just like this one, SRL is no different, as we've just discussed. And I think it's good for the communities to share drivers and share experiences. because that's what we do. You know, it's a hobby. It should be enjoyable, and the guys in this league certainly do that. Thanks to all the people that have watched tonight, thanks to all the new drivers that have joined us. Hopefully your experience was a positive one. Thanks to all the returning drivers. You know what you're in for, and it's going to be an exciting season for sure. Thank you to you, Alan, for joining me yet again.
You're not forgetting driver of the night, are you?
Oh, do you know what? I am. Right, I haven't even thought about this. Whoa, where am I going to go with this?
Well, I've been thinking about it for the last hour, and I'm no further forward.
Well, I think I do. I think I do know kind of where I want to go with it. There was a lot of people did some very solid performances.
Yes.
So Spencer had a very solid performance. Second and fourth. Wobbly got first. I can't. It's against my religion, right, to vote for Wobbly in this one. But Pete Newman, not so much. He's very much in the scope of my voting window. He got the third place, a podium finish in the first race. He got a fourth place in the second race. He's done very, very handsomely. He will be right up there in the league. I'll just put the cameras on him so everybody remembers what his car looks like. Jamie Jeffrey had blistering pace, but he had an unfortunate situation with a couple of incidents along the way. Roger Morton's done very well. Jay Corley inserted himself very high up in the pro category, even though he is pro-am. So he's set off on a wonderful expedition after the pro-am championship. A few shining lights in the new guys. Rami Malaberti had a great race too. He finished in 13th, up 9 places. There's quite a lot of candidates for this, but I think I think my vote, based on reliability and consistency, and showing in a position in a race that, whilst he did in one of them last season, because he fuel saved his way to a massive victory at Okayama, he didn't do it 2 races in a row. My vote tonight is going to go for Pete Newman. Kept it clean, did very well, got podium plus just outside of podium on 2 races running at Snetterton, and I think that's worth shouting out to. So Pete Newman for me.
Yes, there's other names you could add to your list. Miguel was great tonight as well. And, it's a real tough one. But I'm thinking about that incredible performance by Jamie and all those overtakes in the second race.
Yeah, it was spectacular.
Just fantastic, stunning. And he had the pole in the first race. It didn't work out for him, but it was a stunning thing to put it on the pole, especially in this field. And I want Jamie to have it.
So that's Jamie Jeffrey with a vote there. We'll pop the unicorns onto the screen so that everybody remembers who we're talking about, just in case they're new to watching this particular league. It was an incredible amount of pace that he was exhibiting. He may not have got fastest lap, but he was putting in the laps when they counted, and he was up 20 positions in that second race. What a spectacular performance. Well, I'll bring the broadcast to a close now and thank everybody I've just thanked again, especially you, Alan, for joining me yet again for another season of this TCR Challenge Cup. It's proven to be quite a league for people to sign up to. We're attracting some super fast racers as well as some brilliant characters into this league. I think it's just got all the makings of a rollicking good season. Thanks, everybody, and I'll hand you over to Alan.
Yeah, well, I'll echo what you say, Pete, because I think it's got all the marks of a rollicking good season. I don't remember having a better looking grid than this. It's fantastic. We've had some great grids in the past. In my days as an avid watcher, we had some great grids, but this is as good as anything I've ever seen. It's a fantastic variety of drivers, and a beautiful range of abilities, which makes it much more interesting. And everybody's got something to fight for. Everybody's got something to race for this season. I think it's absolutely great. And yeah, Magic and bring on Sebring. Thank you very much, everybody. For there was a lot of people listening to us tonight. So thank you very much. We do appreciate it. And we'll see you next week.